Ladies and gentlemen, your champion.
And it's double Dutch delight. With an absolute stunner. Double 10. Well, that is absolutely incredible.
It's time to crown the champion.
Ireland!
So the bullseye to force a decider. Oh, what a shot!
Canada.
What a dart!
Baggish here on 98. Brilliant from Baggish. Brilliant. So he'll be going full bore at this treble 20. Oh, he's gone tops. Oh, fantastic from Jim McEwen.
The man will step forward for double 18 to put England away in no time at all. Now, what's he going to do? He's going to have to go for it. Double 9. England awaiting. And Rahman completes the wrap.
It is open. It is on. And it is hit by Steve Beaton. What a way to get the English side back into the match.
Group B continues, and Group B will conclude tonight. It is the last chance to qualify for the grand finals of International Pairs 3 tomorrow. 3 teams will make it through, 2 sitting pretty, and there is tension in the air. We are coming to you around the world, live and free on Pluto TV. Yeah, hi there. Welcome along to today's action, well, the second dose of today's action here at the Modus Super Series. 5 nations battling it out for the 3 remaining places at the grand finale tomorrow, and there is going to be plenty of darting drama in this building. Watching it all unfold, former England captain Scott Mitchell. Scott, welcome to what should be a very interesting session. 2 teams that are sitting pretty comfortably, but there's going to be tension in the air between the other 3.
Yeah, nobody's really out of it at this particular moment in time. Everybody has a chance of qualifying in that 3rd spot. Yes, we do have 2 that are head and shoulders above the rest at the moment, but nobody is out of the qualification spots, and it's all going to depend on those early matches for them.
We have seen teams eliminated this afternoon, 2 going through to the finals to join Wales, and the top of the table in Group C was Team Germany, who have lived up to that favourite tag this week, haven't they?
Look, they've almost been boring, in fact. You know, they just do what they need to do. Teams came up and challenged them and stepped up, and they were able to sort of head off everything that was thrown at them.
Yeah, there's been a new pairing for Germany. They've done extremely well. It was a different story for the other qualifiers. Ireland are the defending champions. They have kind of struggled at times, but when it really mattered, they stood and delivered.
It came down to a one-match shootout, didn't it, with them and the Netherlands, and they were mentally stronger, got a good start, and were able to run from the front. And I think for them, I have spoken to them since this evening, and yeah, they're more than happy to be in the Saturday night final with how they performed.
Absolutely. Confirmation of Ireland, the defending champions, going through as the runners-up in Group C. The runners-up from last time and the first international pairs, Team Wales, they're through, as well as the Group A winners, and Germany, of course, going through this afternoon. But tonight is all about Group B. And as we mentioned, 2 teams are in very comfortable positions. In fact, Belgium, who are top of the table, need just 1 win to qualify. Therefore, the USA need 2, although might only need 1. And they play each other in the first match of the night. That will set the tone for the evening. But as we look at the table now, Scott, it does look like a 3-way battle for 3rd place.
It really does. I mean, well, first game up for Belgium is the US of A, and if they can turn them over and go up onto 8 points, then there's not really any chance with the legs difference that the bottom 3 can go for anything but that 3rd place, and that could go right down to the last game.
Let's talk about those 2 at the top then, because they were both fantastic last night. USA first, they were the big outsiders, weren't fancied at all. Well, they have made people stand up and pay attention.
No, they didn't see the graphic where they were at bottom of the odds table, but what they did know is somebody told them that nobody fancied you, and I think the fact that they then gelled, they looked at each other in the eye and said, come on, let's go and do this, and that's exactly what they did last night. And apart from the second leg in that last game against Belgium, where Baggish missed a couple of darts at a double, they looked unsaleable, really, and they were a little bit unlucky, but Belgium got in front and turned them over, so that's why they topped the table.
Yeah, that game went Belgium's way last night. As you say, there were missed opportunities from the US pair in that match, which hadn't been happening during the night. But if that result is repeated tonight, Belgium are through. Do you think if the US win that game, they're pretty much both through?
I think so, yeah, I think so, because of the legs difference and the fact for me that Baggish was a player of the night last night, and I think he can... He will want revenge for the mistake that he made last night. Here we go and hell for leather at that first game.
The bookies are agreeing there. Belgium favourites to win the group, obviously. These are the prices to win the group outright. So that's why all the other teams are massive. But if you're looking at who they think will probably sneak third place, they're going for Scotland. Do you agree with that?
Do you know what? You can't disagree with it. I don't think Canada had a good night last night. I think they were a little bit unlucky in a couple of games. So it could be them. And England, well, they didn't win a game until the very last game of the evening for them to get them on the board. They tweaked their sort of order a little bit and put Fallon first rather than Steve. That seems to be working. I wonder if they're going to do that again tonight.
Should be interesting. And that first match, the battle at the top of the table, is about to take place. Two teams that were excellent last night in Belgium and the USA, who I know have got plenty of interested viewers on Pluto TV stateside. So do add the Modus Super Series channel to your favourites and cheer on your favourites tonight. The action about to get started. It's a top of the table clash between Belgium and USA. But he won't get a chance.
USA.
Brilliant from Baggish.
USA.
Brilliant.
Belgium require 160. Where would they take the International Pairs Trophy? Where would you take tops? Game
That's the second time he's done
it. Leg to Belgium.
Well, by missing the target, Richard
Game,
McKee did
shot,
leave himself on a
and the
finish, but it's
match
Belgium that
to
finished the
Belgium.
match off.
Here we go then, the action about to get underway. Thanks for watching us on Pluto TV right now. You're in the right place. Team America are rolling tonight and they are a step away from the final. Stick with us here and see if the US pairing can make it through. The Belgian team, well, they will make it through if they win this opening match and get a repeat of that result yesterday in this fixture. It came at the end of the night in Group B, and as we've just discussed, it was won 4-2 by the Belgian duo of Andy Bartons, the Beast, who has been a runner-up here in Series 8 in the singles format of the Modus Super Series, the standard format, and Danny Baggish back playing darts after a 4-year hiatus, 42 years of age, and playing beautifully last night on his return. Brian Roman, twice a weekly runner-up, has played for Belgium previously in international pairs, but this seems to be the strongest pairing we've seen from that nation, and Danny Lauby actually has tasted victory on the Super Series stage, was a weekly winner back in Series 4, going back some 3 years or so now. The format will remain as it has been from the beginning here. Best of 7 legs of 501. Referee calling out the scores tonight will be that man there, Paul Hinks. He's refed on some of the biggest stages in world darts, and you will hear that iconic 180 many, many times, I can assure you of that. And I've got a former world champion alongside me, Chris Murphy, in the commentary box as well, for good measure. The 2015 champion of the world, Scott Mitchell. Scott, this match seems like a bit of a precursor to the drama and the carnage that's going to unfold with the other 3 teams. But a victory here for the USA, and I think we can probably fill 5 places at finals night, and the rest are fighting out for 1.
40.
Yeah, totally agree with that, Murph. I think that that would be the case. But what happened last night was the Belgians were able to overturn the USA, while the USA had the darts in that match last night. Today it's roles
43.
reversal, and I like these 2-day groups because everybody gets the same sort of go at everybody, same amount of starts, same amount. Whereas when you go into 3 days, somebody
100.
always misses a start on somebody else. But this is as even as they get. But the downside for the Team USA is that they don't have the start tonight, and they
57.
lost it when they had
Belgium
the start
car
last night.
61.
Sometimes that can relax you a little bit because you're not supposed to win, so you can throw with a little bit more freedom.
125.
This is really good from the Belgians at the moment. 12 darts on, left on 36.
140. Belgium car
Not
36.
bad from Baggish and Lorby, but
Well, this is how they started last night as well. Let's not forget their best performance was their first performance, average north of
Getting shot at first leg,
103.
Belgium.
Did Team Belgium, as Barton's beds
Second
double
leg,
nine to
USA
take
to
the
go
opener in
first,
this
game
one, and that's a 15 darter, so a 3-dart average of pretty much bang on 100. That's what USA are going to have to contend with here.
60.
yeah, absolutely. And Baggish hasn't got off with a treble. 15 dart, hold a
100.
throw for Belgium. When you go in with that treble 20 with the first dart, you're a little disappointed if you don't get near with the second two. And
100.
Danny Larby's done the same there.
It was great chatting to both teams, actually. We
60.
shared those duties last night, Scott, and Brian Roman was, I think, a quite relaxing influence on Andy Bartons, who last time he was here saw it all go wrong. He was
60.
top of Group A after 2 days play, capitulated on the Wednesday. He was doing okay in Group B on the Thursday, capitulated on the Friday. It all went wrong for Bartons, and that was in his head a little bit. And Brian Roman, I think, has kept him calm and kept him carrying on and forgetting any thoughts of a recurrence of that nightmare.
44.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Belgium car
for all intents and
161.
purposes here, it looks like Team USA are going to get broken on their opening start of throw, which is not
45.
a good sign.
Well, just a little opening there. Roman couldn't follow up the brilliance of Bartons with the 180 maximum shot,
60.
but no
Belgium
finish for
car
USA, so no
116.
damage for Belgium, who should break the throw either in this visit or the next. Will have to be the next now,
100.
but he set his teammate up perfectly.
Yeah, beautiful last start from Bartons, and he's like, they look like they're in their armchair ready to go, don't they?
97.
Just putting on their
Belgium car
slippers and
16.
their smoking jackets and getting in the rocking chair and ready to go.
A reminder, Belgium do qualify for finals night if they win this match, or any match tonight.
Getting shot on the second leg, Belgium.
And they are halfway there.
Third leg, Belgium to throw first. Game on.
The disappointing thing for Team USA, that was an 18 dart breaker throw.
140.
And Team USA had thrown 18 darts and hadn't managed to get a dart at a double,
140.
which they failed to do on either of the first two legs.
57.
A good dart that from Brian Roman to get the Belgians 2 legs away from qualifying for finals night.
100.
If this is your first time watching the Modus Super Series, make sure you add us to your favourites on Pluto TV. We
60.
are on air 24/7, no subscription, no catch, just darts.
Stream now,
80.
pay never.
And the Belgians can start to dream now. And maybe they get paid tomorrow
96.
because this is another fantastic performance. A win that would see them go through and join Wales, Ireland,
60.
Germany
Belgium car 148.
at finals night, with the rest of them fighting for the 2 remaining places.
100. USA car 121. $96.
Really good
Belgium car
attempt from
48.
Danny Baggish. But it's Roman going back at that double 16, double 8.
Getting shot on the third leg, Belgium.
Takes it out nicely. And quick as a flash.
Full flag USA throwing first. Game on.
We're 3-0 to the good for the Belgians.
Yeah, well, they came here with one job, didn't they? Belgium win one match, and if they do it in 4 straight legs in the first match of the night, then that is job done. They will be here tomorrow.
60.
And you could kind of see it in the way they reacted there to that previous leg. It's business-like, isn't it? They have come. Let's put everything into that first match because that's all we need.
Yeah, and also there's monetary value to the positions that they finish, so they would like to finish top of the group and have the bonus for that. And the easiest way to achieve that is to beat
40.
Team USA right here and right now and get it done early doors.
28.
Well, there is potential opportunity here for Team USA to at least avoid the
56.
heaviest possible defeat. Every match at the Modus Super Series, a race to 4 legs.
$95.
Yeah, Baggish looking for another treble 19 with that last start to score 133 and leave double top for his partner.
60. USA car 78.
The Belgians opened up well in the first 3 legs. Gone off a little bit in this one.
68.
Well, they won't be taking this out, however good he is, Brian Roman, on 70 and below, and not every number below
96.
either, Scott.
USA car
No.
10.
Jim McEwen kept finding out last night.
Game show the
Indeed,
4
it's
flag USA.
Technical term is a bogey number. Team USA hold their
Good
own
flag
throw
Belgium to
in
throw
leg
first.
4.
Game on.
Very much played a captain's role, hasn't he, Danny Baggish? You could see it there. He hits that and he just gave a little pep talk to Danny Lauby. Only throwing first because
One of them 40.
yesterday, in preparation, they played rock, paper, scissors to decide that. Best of 3. Lauby won the first round. Baggish won the next
100.
2.
Yeah, all the mod cons here at darts to decide which of the players threw first.
One of them
You have to say,
80.
Roman and Bartons look very comfortable indeed. 180, 140 for them. In
One of
what
them
looks like to be a
40.
deciding and final leg.
Yeah, they've been an absolute superb pairing. And they'll be dangerous come
56.
the finals. That is tomorrow. Team America could be in it. It looks like Team Belgium will be in it. You know where to find us. Pluto
94.
TV, be here.
Belgium car wooden
Will
25.
Belgium be here? I'm pretty certain they will, but it won't be
39.
until at least one more visit from the USA
car
in this
wooden
match.
67.
I'm not going to finish that now.
100. Belgium
Have
car
put
86.
significant pressure on the 86 of the Belgians.
Bartons wants the ball.
61. USA car
Well,
67.
there's a chance here just to be a bit of a pest, be a bit of a nuisance. And that's a great dart. 27 off, 40 left. But he
27.
fails to find the top target.
Belgium car
And
25.
those are the things that he was doing so well last night for the team USA.
So Roman is the man looking to book Belgium's
Being
place
shown the match. Belgium.
in the finals of International Pairs 3. And that is what he does. That is what they do. Team Belgium are through to finals night on Saturday at the Modus Super Series. They beat the USA and leave them waiting, maybe in need of a win or two to ensure they go through with them. But Belgium have done the job in the first match with a 4-1 win. Next up, England face Scotland. Well, Belgium meant business, didn't they? Needed to win one match, did it in their first match of the night. And they are through to the finals of International Pairs 3. Team America may go through with them, but it's all to fight for the other three teams, including these old arch enemies. England and Scotland now about to go head to head. And last night, it was, I think, a disappointing night for both teams. Scotland would have expected more. England would have wanted more, certainly. I don't really think we've seen the English team gel properly as a partnership yet, but maybe a second night they would have settled. Could be anything. This match, the games between Canada are going to be important as well. What are you expecting from this one?
You know, I'm not really sure, to be totally honest, because when England won their last game last night against Scotland, they did a 90 average, which is up round and really consistent and in the range of what the Germans have been doing for the last 2 days in Group C. So you would think if they can repeat that again, that would be enough. But Scotland last night did sort of drop in some 86s, 88s and 91 themselves in their other games. It was just that game against England, they dropped off to an 81 and got punished for it. So I think Scotland were a tad unlucky last night as well with the way they were averaging. So for me, could it be the fact that England have the darts this time round? If they can get in front early, cause Scotland a few problems. Only time will tell.
I mean, you've played for England, you've captained England many times. Scott, there's always that little bit of extra angst in meetings between these two teams, isn't there?
Yeah, obviously, you know, they are the old enemy, but for me, there was never a bit of angst by wearing the shirt of your country. I was able to not think of myself and think of the rest of the other team, you know, being part of the team
First like England
and doing your job
first.
for the team. And I think even pairs is very similar to that. The mindset has to be that you've got to do your bit for the team, and hopefully then things will go your
81.
way. For me, if I was the lead-off man, I got 3 visits, you want 3 tons on the trot. Because it takes the pressure off. Sometimes that's not going to be enough, but it's a good starting point. And if I was throwing second, then I was looking for a big score on my first visit, which would have been the second throw of the team, and then see where we were when you came back to the board. After 9 darts had been thrown. I do like to complicate things, I don't know why, but that's what works for me.
Well, Scotland will be out for revenge here, but, I mean, for England, this would be something of a great escape, wouldn't it? They lost the first 3 matches, managed to sneak that win against Scotland at the end of the evening, and if they win this one, they'll be on 4 points, in 3rd place, just 2 behind America, who've been noticeably
91.
better than England have been. Let's have it fair. And there you see, we're providing commentary to an audience around the world on Pluto TV. You will not get any
55.
bias from us in the commentary box. If England haven't been very good, we'll say it, won't we, Scott?
Yeah, that tends to be the case. I think when you're a commentator, honesty is always the best policy, and you can skate around the truth all you like, but everybody knows they're watching what you're watching.
130.
That's a great setup from Jim McEwen to tee up tops for Scott Campbell, his partner.
60. Scotland the car, 40. Getting shown the
Campbell
first
wastes
leg,
no
Scotland.
time in landing it. Great start for Team
Second leg,
Tartan.
Scotland to throw first. Game on.
115 an average when you throw 13 darts to win a leg. That's the standard that they played to in the opener. and it was to break the throw.
Yeah, there really is no time for sentiment in these matches.
140.
You got to get on and do your part of the job. And Scott Campbell has done exactly just that, leading off with a 140.
60.
Puts Fallon under pressure immediately, meaning she has to hit. And on that occasion, she didn't. She went trebleless.
60.
That dart did well to hold on and not be 40 floor.
60.
Saving the board, so scored 60. Steve Eaton goes troubleless as well. So the 140 from Campbell means that he's now starting to boss this game and feel good about himself.
140.
He's got a bit of a spring in his step, a bit of a strut tonight, Scott Campbell. I wonder which players are panicking and which ones are just
100. Scott McCoward, 61.
sitting in the reality that it's very much in their own hands still.
For me, it's one of those you have to own the moment and not let the moment own you, but easier said than done.
97.
And the best players in the world own the moments more than they ever get owned by the moments, and that's why they are at
44.
the top of the tree
Scott McCoward, 64.
constantly.
16 or 8. 8 it is for tops, which he hit cleanly in the previous leg, and he's hit
shot
it
the second
again.
leg, Scotland.
Campbell collects the finish.
Third leg,
And he
England
follows
to
the
throw
13
first.
dart
Game
leg with a
on.
15 dart leg, and there's no sign of Scotland slowing down this level of performance.
There is not really good from them.
83. One of them,
Looks
40.
so comfortable now. What a difference a day makes.
It does, you know. No 2 days are the
134.
same here in the live lounge. We've both seen an awful lot of darts here in this place from this commentary box. And we know to always expect the unexpected. This place does something to you
What have done it?
as a player.
And Scotland are doing something to England here. This is a stunning performance. This could be record-breaking stuff if they carry on at this level.
One of them,
Fallon
40.
fighting. But they've hit both darts they've had at double, or rather he has. The man in your picture now, Scott Campbell, and both of those were at double top.
60.
And they're producing a performance that is
44.
right out of the top drawer.
100. Scott McCoward, 21.
This time a question is asked. Will that question be answered? 61 points remaining. That leaves a nifty 50, and there's only one way to get that with one dart, and that is it.
Game shot on the third leg, Scotland.
Magic from McEwen, who beds the bullseye for a
Fourth leg,
superb
Scotland to throw
1-2-1.
first. Game on.
Now a dozen dart leg in the measure. An average for Team Scotland of 112.73.
Team England will be thinking, what have we done to upset
80.
you two? What's this all about?
Well, they don't care for honours. Steve Beaton, of course, a former world champion. Fallon Sherrick
100.
holds the royal honour of the MBE here. And all she could do is laugh and smile, as could Steve Beaton. Incredible story in the world of darts, Fallon Sherrick. December 2019, rocked up at Alexandra Palace for the World Championship. Beat
60.
Ted Everts, becoming the first woman to win a match at the PDC World Championship. Then went on to beat the highly seeded Mensa Suljovic in round
41.
2. The Queen of the Palace was born. And for a fortnight, darts became the biggest story in world sport. Arguably wasn't even a greatest run. She made the finals of the
77.
World Series, eventually made the quarterfinals of the Grand Slam in 2021 as well, eventually stopped by Peter Wright.
140.
Definitely a pioneer for ladies darts. We've had Trina Gulliver, who was an avid campaigner for a women's own world championship back in the BDO days. And
10 world titles. 10 world championship titles.
yeah, I'm fortunate enough to be really lovely friends with her, and I actually own the shirt that she won a 9th world title with, which is really lovely.
And of course, a huge part of our coverage here on Pluto TV is the Golden Girl. And that's a golden visit from Steve Beaton, who refuses to roll over. They will
44.
not lose 4-0 to
England
Scotland.
40.
No England team could stomach it. And Fallon Sherritt makes sure it doesn't happen.
5th leg England to throw first. Game on.
It was a breaker throw as well, so the rot has been stopped temporarily. It's a 14 dart leg for England, and that's the type of thing they're going to have to continue to do, you feel, this evening to carry on competing with the clientele that they are in this Group B with.
60.
But not the only things that Fallon Sherritt achieved, the things I reeled off. She's also won the Women's World Match Play, and she became the first ever
96.
woman to hit a televised 9-darter. That was in 2023, and it was here at the Modus Super Series.
She also taught me how to use Snapchat a few years ago in a break in play at a World Cup
43.
in Romania. And like the old person that I am, 15 minutes later I've forgotten how to do it. I do have a nice picture on my Snapchat. Fallon and I
39.
as Egyptians.
Okay.
Thanks for being so interested.
No, just I'll see the picture in the break, Scott.
60.
If I can work out how to get it up. It's one of those I'm not very good with technology.
I'll tell you what,
100.
if you do enjoy watching us and enjoy watching darts 24 hours a day for free, if that sounds like something worth keeping, then why not just send a little message to @Pluto TV.
81.
Do it on
England
Snapchat or
32.
TikTok or Instagram or X or Meta, wherever you want to do it. Just do it. Beating it the 1-3-2 last night, didn't he?
51.
Fallon couldn't follow, but England are sneaking their way back into this game.
Yeah, it remains the highest shot out in this group. But the scoring was much of a muchness last night that high
60.
shot outs don't seem
England
to come
become
into the
81.
equation. When you're up round 160, 175 and you're doing tons in under 100. So
49.
Beaton has done hard work there. Scotland back on 197, and England could get this back to 3-2 and make things interesting here.
We've got the Battle of Britain
99.
here. We've got the
England
North
car
American
32.
derby coming next. Canada taking on the USA. As Fallon Sherritt looks to close the gap. Double 16 is the target. She finds it last start in hand. And now Scotland are under all sorts of pressure.
6 legs.
Going
Scotland
for the match.
first. Game on.
In this 6th leg. Not much between them in the scoring stakes, but Scotland have been perfect on the doubles. If they get there, which looks rather likely now, that England have got trouble ahead.
A really good response from Fallon Sherritt there.
I think you'll find it's Fallon Sherritt MBE, Scott. And I know that Jim McEwen and Scott Campbell have had those 3 letters in their
100.
mind ever since the end of last night. MBE. Must beat England.
100.
Thought you were being serious then. That I had to mention MBE every time I mentioned her name.
57.
I thought I was getting my knuckles slightly wrapped there.
Of course, our good friend and colleague Trina Gulliver holds the same honour, doesn't she? So maybe we should
81.
refer to it more often
Scotland
when we're in the
car,
presence of
164.
greatness.
I totally agree.
Well, there's 6 starts here for Scotland to wrap it up. McEwen might fancy doing it in 3. Well, it's 86 left, so you can stay in the same segment here. The treble will leave double 16 for
96.
Scott Campbell.
A 140 here would really put the cat amongst the pigeons. And that looks to be what's going to happen.
Scotland car, 68.
Oh, he's turned up the dial, hasn't he, Scott?
Absolutely has. And it has pressured the 68. Campbell will get a dart at tops. He loves this double top.
Getting shot on the map,
And he
Scotland.
gets it without breaking sweat. Really good stuff from Team Scotland there. Seeking revenge on the defeat that they had from England last night in the last game. Really good stuff from them. 89 average for Beaton and Sherrick, 93 for Campbell and McEwen. 4 from 4 on the Dublin, that was the difference. Head into a short break, and when we return, it's Team USA taking on Canada.
Well, we've just seen one national derby with Scotland getting the better of England, the old rivals going head to head. And it was Jim McEwen and Scott Campbell who got the job done against Steve Beaton and Fallon Sherrick in that one. Now we have this battle of North America. Danny Baggish and Danny Lauby take on Dawson Michelle and Jeff Smith. These two teams met towards the end of yesterday evening. It was a great win for Team USA, a 4-1 success in which they averaged 97.80. Wonderful performance against a team that were, I think, a lot better last time they were here than what we saw last night in Canada. But USA, well, they were absolutely superb. Team America, with Danny Baggish leading the way. They've got one foot in tomorrow's finals. You're watching it live right here on Pluto TV. Free 24/7. This is where darts lives. And this week, it's where darts lives in the States as well. We hope to make it a permanent arrangement. Danny Lauby hopes that his team will be here in the finals tomorrow. But Jeff Smith hoping to have his say. That defeat for the USA to Team Belgium in the first match, Scott,
First leg USA to throw first.
particularly damaging.
Game on.
But it becomes damaging if they lose this one as well.
Yeah, it sure does. And I have to say, I felt for Canada yesterday. They had an opening sort of difficult match against Scotland, who Scotland managed to just nip over the line with basically the last 6 darts of the leg. They managed to overturn them 4-3.
One of them, folks.
Then they went from that game into a game against Belgium, who a bit of momentum coming in really
100
from Group A, and as we know now, are unbeaten in Group B. So that was a tough second game for them. They did manage to get on the board against England,
40.
did Canada, but then, of course, had this tough game to finish where Team USA were on a bit
85.
of a roll and made their evening 3 out of 3. Well, Canada were left a little bit wanting.
145.
Like a real sort of snarl on the face of Dawson Michelle there. He really forced that throw, and it was actually quite good thinking with the last dart.
100.
Had he hit a single 20,
76.
it left Jeff Smith on a much more difficult finish than this 76. Well, if you were watching yesterday, you know that he likes to leave that double, and that's why. First leg in the ledger for Canada.
Second leg Canada throw first. Game on.
Dream start for Canada. Break of throw in 12 darts.
When would the worry set in for USA? Because suddenly the league table will look very different. If you looked at it in play, you'd see 10 points for Belgium, 6 for the USA,
121.
and then 4 for 2 teams behind them. That becomes precarious, dangerous.
81.
I think the 4 points that they were ahead overnight will come to the fore and be the difference. I think their hard work that they did yesterday
60.
will be the difference. What I fear for them is if they feel they only need 1 game to get through and 1 win, because if you then start targeting that takes longer and longer to come, and all of a sudden you're down in the last 2 games with yourself under an awful lot of pressure.
59. Canada car 106.
They won the first 3, have lost their last 2, but both of those have been to the already qualified Belgium, who have won 5 out of 5 in this group.
98.
But this is a staggering start from Team Canada. Absolutely sensational stuff.
85. Canada
Didn't
car
want to
8.
get caught cold this time round. And
Getting shot of the second leg
Wow.
Canada.
13 darter,
Third leg USA to
an
throw
average
first. Game on.
of more than 120.
But in this fixture yesterday, Team USA ended with a 97 average,
One of
but
them
they
folks
did exactly this to Canada because they were running around that 103, 104 the whole game
45.
until the end. And it dropped down to a 97. Now, Canada are now around 112.
I'll tell you what, Scott, Dawson
51.
Michelle's here for business tonight, isn't he? His expression has been so intensely focused when he's been at the hockey.
you commented that he probably doesn't play as much darts now as he used to,
140.
and we knew that last time when Jeff kind of begged him out of retirement to come and play in this, he was probably a little bit
100.
rusty then. Last night he was probably a little bit rusty and felt a little bit out of match practice. It's not like he's coming to the dog and duck and playing and going to get a bit of a go.
140.
This Group B is stacked and you're playing big names in the world of darts here. And so for him, he had to hit the ground
60.
running. Tonight he definitely has. Doesn't look match rusty. Really looks on it. And look at his focus. He's not taking any notice of his partner. He's just looking at the floor. He
96.
will listen to the call that is
USA
called from
150.
Hinksey and then work and plot his way from there. He really is now focusing on himself and about doing his own job. And if you look, Jeff is doing something very similar.
Well, he's in his own zone, but he's having a little look at this because who couldn't pay attention? Double 15 for a stunning
Reach on the third leg,
150
USA.
checkout. Dawson Michelle was still behind
leg,
him, fully
Canada
focused,
throw
waiting
first.
for his
Game
next
on.
turn. But Danny Baggish and Team USA had other ideas.
That was
140.
much more like the Danny Baggish we were seeing last night. Every time there was something left in and around his range, he was taking
100.
it out. And that was, oh yes, very much so. Knew where the camera was as
He
well. I
certainly
like
did.
that. He must have been watching the
94.
Super Series.
Team America on course for the finals. If you have just found us on Pluto TV, welcome. This is what we do. Live darts around the clock. And right now,
41.
the Americans are making some noise. Well, so are the Canadians, to be fair. But that, I mean, the thing is, that was needed, wasn't it, Scott? That 150 checkout was
70.
absolutely vital for the USA to have any chance in this game.
Yeah, because you have to say, the North Americans were starting to run
45.
away with it, weren't they?
$65. $100. Canada car 132. $82.
Great last start. A bit of a recovery, that as well.
Yeah, it was. It was a much-needed dart, wasn't it? The door was half ajar at that moment,
83.
and that
Canada car 50.
probably made the visit more difficult for Baggish. Jeff has made the visit more difficult for him, but he heads off to double
14.
18.
USA car
Doesn't
132.
convert this time.
Well, we saw Danny Baggish produce a real bit of magic with the 150. The 132 is beyond his partner.
51. Canada car 36.
Well, we know that Jeff Smith likes double 18. Does Dawson Michelle?
18. USA car 81.
I'll leave that down to your judgment, viewers.
Well, this man has been the main man, I think it's fair to say, for Team USA. Oh,
Reach
and
on the fourth
Baggish
leg.
beds a bullseye.
USA.
Two enormous checkouts
Fifth leg USA.
for Danny
to first.
Baggish
Game on.
to wrestle USA back into this fixture. They were 2-0 down. They looked gone. The Canadians were playing sensational darts. But the 150 and then the 50, the
43.
bullseye finish on the 81 sees USA draw level.
It's like the gambler's never been away.
96.
Really good stuff from Baggish. And what that does, it lifts your partner. It
140.
lifts your partner. Now look at Lowby now going with him. Really good stuff here.
And it must put a burden on the other team as well, because they must be thinking, so we're playing so well.
60.
How on earth is this 2-2?
It does. And it was that big 150 shot that turned the game on his head. Bit of confidence then to Team USA.
94.
And the Canadians are thinking, we can't really do a great deal more than what we were doing. We didn't do a lot wrong. Sometimes you have to tip your
100.
cap and say, do you know what? Well done, guys. You've got yourself back in this with brilliance. But it's recognising that fact and not panicking.
And if they can win this
100.
match, USA, then wow, they will have such a release valve, because it
84.
becomes so difficult
USA
to catch them,
124.
or for enough teams to catch them to stop them progressing alongside Belgium. If they get to 8 points here, Scotland are 4 behind, Canada
84.
and England are 6 behind.
61.
That was a gamble by the gambler. He didn't fancy Dawson Michelle to take this out. The gamble's paid off.
97.
And in his head, he'll be
USA
going,
Miss
miss Dawson, because that was risky business.
35.
The ironic thing was, it
Canada
didn't
car,
put pressure on
64.
himself. It put pressure on Lorby to go and finish that off.
Oh,
Gage on the 5th leg,
Jeff
Canada.
Smith comes up clutch when it matters.
So
leg
we
Canada
can
to
say
go
that
first.
Baggish
Game on.
really did cause a turning point with the 150 shot. Has he now just done exactly the same here by laying up?
And it's amazing. You mentioned how it changes your partner.
43.
Has he gone from lifting Lauby to now Danny Lauby being completely demoralised, because he will feel like he's let the team down by missing those 3 clear darts at double?
For me, what it did was that Baggish
60.
had all the belief in Lauby to go and hit that. So for Baggish, he was thinking, Danny's all right now. You know, we've had our little dodgy moment. We've got 2 back on the trot.
81.
He'll go and finish this off with 3 darts. Let's give ourselves the best chance. So he had the ultimate faith in Lorby, but I don't know
82.
whether Lorby saw it as that, or whether the pressure now being put on him, knowing that his partner had taken a bullseye shot out on a 150. He only had 40 left with 3 in his hand.
100.
It seemed to be the easiest thing to do. But sometimes that is the hardest thing to do.
A great composure here from Baggish.
135.
Little roll of the eyes as the 3rd dart just drifted. Is the game drifting away from the USA? Jeff Smith is pumped, isn't he? Usually the calmest customer
70.
in Canada. But he's pumped in Portsmouth tonight.
$100. One of them, Folksy.
Marshall playing really nicely tonight.
I'll tell you what, if he gets a chance at the ball this time, he'll be going for it. That's exactly what he needs. Oh, and that is so close.
99.
But now it could be
Canada
over in
car,
terms of this
67.
match anyway.
Yeah, when it left his hand, the gambler, he would have thought that was going in the same as the last attempt.
14 leaves double 18, of course it does. But that's a
35.
wild one. And now Lorby can come
25.
back and put right the wrongs of that previous leg. He missed 3 darts at double then. He's only getting 2 this time, but he
He's
only
on the
needs
6th
1,
leg,
and this one
USA.
goes a distance. A huge, huge leg of
final
darts
leg
here.
USA to throw first.
Team
Game on.
America with finals qualification on the line. They know what's at stake. Canada scrapping for their international pairs' lives.
The thing is, though, they are 6 points in the averages higher than
One
the
of them,
Americans.
Folksy.
There's the scoring power pack, just the 180. But not a lot between them. 15 and 15.
60.
On this kind of ton 40s and tons between them.
Watching darts for all the years I have,
129.
Scott, it's at points like this in matches when I really get the respect for you guys that are out there in the arena doing it, because the
135.
tension is just so high. You stop thinking, how can they miss? You start thinking, how can they hit?
I've got to be honest with you, before I started
100.
doing the commentary as regular as I do here, it was never anything that crossed my mind. There's something for me in this building, because I commentate so often here, and when you play here, it does go through your mind.
58.
You're thinking about what the
USA
two guys
Car
are saying about
132.
you while it's going on up there, but these guys won't have that issue.
We didn't need to go that route, and I think Danny Baggish is sort of looking at him from behind thinking, yeah, you shouldn't have done that really, but you can rescue it, and that's a good way to go about it.
92.
Yeah, you have to then believe that you've got yourself into the mire. You're very capable of getting yourself out of it, and exactly what we saw there from
94.
Danny Lorby.
USA Car
Well, it was a slow
40.
start from USA. It was a speedy start from Canada. They raced ahead in this match. USA have fought back. Is he going to play another mind
32.
game? Oh,
Canada Car 154.
he has. He did not fancy. He did not fancy going for the double. Oh, there's all sorts going on that stage. The question asked of Michelle, but the pressure put back on Lauby in many ways. He was in this position earlier in the match. 3 darts to win the leg.
78 left here.
Now he's going to have 3 darts to win the
94.
match, Scott. Can he deliver it this time for the
USA Car
Americans?
8.
He missed it last time.
This
Finish on the
time,
match. USA.
Lobby lands it. Baggish backed him. And his partner delivered the goods. And that is a win that pretty much seals it for USA. Not quite there mathematically yet, but as good as. And it does look like those viewers watching over in America will be tuning in tomorrow to see USA in the finals. More action to come. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Well, finals night is tomorrow, and it's 7:30 UK time, but USA could be there after that hard-fought win against Canada. Make sure it's in your diaries. 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific, right here on Pluto TV. Belgium certainly will be there. Andy Bartons and Brian Roman haven't lost a match in this group yet. 5 wins from 5. But Scotland started the night well with a victory over England, and another win would see them suddenly pull 4 points clear of the bottom 2 and look like the most likely to be going through with Belgium. And obviously it does seem likely that USA go through as well now. What are you expecting now from Belgium, Scott? Because now the job that they came to do has been done. No one ever intentionally takes the foot off the gas, do they? But could it happen kind of subconsciously?
It could do, but for me, I think both the Belgian players love winning too much, and they will want to go through this group unbeaten and kind of really not
First leg, Scotland is
walking at a
first.
brisk pace to the Saturday night
Game
final
on.
night, but gliding and soaring from high, I think, is the way to describe it. I think that they will know that the Team Germany lost 1 this afternoon, and we're 9 out of 10,
60.
and they'll want to probably go in unbeaten to try and set a stall out.
83. $100. 137. $55.
Great darts from Bartons. He's been on it tonight so far. And there is absolutely no sign of slowing down, Scott, is there?
No, yesterday, all the 180 scoring from the Belgians was coming from
One of them, 40.
Brian Roman.
Belgium 101.
Barton's only hit the 2 180s yesterday. He's hit the 2 180s already this evening. Looking very comfortable.
$54. Scotland 146. $106. Belgium 47. Game show the first leg, Belgium.
A really strong start again.
Second
15
leg, Belgium to
data
throw
is
first.
what they've been
Game on.
doing. And they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah, it was a breaker throw and no hold throw here.
140.
Bartons is being a superb lead-off man. He's hitting trebles with that first visit more often than not, and firing his opponents
55.
under all sorts of problems. It's what you have to do as the lead-off man in any pairs competition.
57. $177.
Yeah, really good response from McEwen.
100. 102.
Yeah, really well worked out there from Campbell. The dodgy first dart hanging on was
140.
the reason
Double
he had
car,
to change
167.
tact. But now that is matched by Rahman with a 140. 128 left. We'll go across to the 18s, I'd imagine.
57. Belgium car, 64. $44. Solo car, 110.
Not quite released. Went short on the back lift. There, Bartons didn't propel the power forwards for the tops and dropped under. Campbell on double 16 now
78.
to level us up. It doesn't
Belgium
go,
car,
so
20.
the Belgians get a chance.
Deciding against going straight for double 5.
12.
Backed himself. 2 double
Solo
4
car,
didn't work out.
32.
I always think that's a risk. And you limit yourself to one dart a double, whereas if you do go straight at the double 5 and you don't go under, you give yourself 2 chances. And the game's all about giving yourself more chances than not. And in that situation,
No score. Belgium
I mean,
car,
he's
8.
got away with it. He's got away
Yeah,
with
he
that
has.
situation for me.
That third dart wasn't far away, but Jim McEwen doesn't spend much time on double 16. He's very much a tops man.
Game shown in the
Double
second
2
leg.
for
Belgium.
Bartons. And it is a 2-leg
Third leg
advantage.
Scotland to throw first. Game on.
So Belgium
55.
double their lead. And that's how Scott Campbell reacted.
One hundred 180.
180, number 3 on the night for Bartons. I don't like to keep repeating myself, but he only hit 2 all last evening. He's hit 3 already this evening.
123.
been brilliant tonight. And I tell you what, if Brian Rahman can follow him, you wouldn't have backed against
58.
Barnes, completing a little bit of history here. It's going to happen at some point. Haven't been many pairs 9-dart legs hit anywhere, has there? It's very, very rare for a team to come together. It's never happened on the
43.
television.
I do know somebody that's done it.
180.
Another 180, Scott. Any idea how many hit last night?
No, it slips my mind.
If you're involved in a pairs 9-dart and you hit the, you just had the one visit, how much credit would you be taking?
100.
Is it just shared?
Belgium car,
All of it.
83.
Because if I don't hit that, the other one can't do it. So I'll take as much credit as I can get.
Oh, superb. Plenty of
Game
credit
shot
for
in the
Brian
third leg,
Rahman there,
Belgium.
knocking off the 25 with the first dart to lead 58
Fourth leg
and then
Belgium to
taking
throw
that out
first.
into...
Game on.
And Belgium are actually just starting to really enjoy themselves, aren't they? This is a bit of a victory lap. If this was a motor race, this is them lapping their
100.
opponents.
Yeah, this is them sat in the open top car, feet on the back seat,
80.
backside on the boot. Am I picturing the scene well enough for you? Checker flag over the shoulder.
He was waving the Belgian flag in the studio last night, Brian Rahman, but I think you're thinking of a much larger
43.
one, aren't you?
Well, if you're going to do it, don't mess around with the dinky one.
Whatever's going right for Belgium, it's going wrong for Scotland because they put themselves in a great position. It never rains, it pours.
120.
Lost the dart as well. Careful, those lights are hot. Owen Binks, our other referee, has found that out before.
For the referee, if he bends down there and looks at the lights, then comes back up.
Yeah, I'll leave that.
Seeing
You get
stars
that. Jim.
between you
60.
in the eyes, and then all of a sudden he can't see the board for a couple of seconds.
Right, how many bounce outs this time?
100.
None, because we're playing on the best dartboard in the world for me.
100.
I can feel my social media feed now going wild.
Great partnership with Winmore here at the Modus Super Series.
130.
The board of the best. In this group, Belgium have been the best, no doubt about that.
140. Scotland car
Just fancied
71.
it, didn't he?
He did. 17 now for bullseye. Make sure the big 17.
Didn't entertain the treble.
Probably didn't quite have the dart gripped properly in his hand. So he went for the re-grip.
24.
And that didn't help him either, by the looks of the
Belgian car
outcome of that.
58.
Well, last night Belgium won the first two
38.
matches for the loss of just a single
Scotland
leg.
car
They lost that
47.
single leg in their first match tonight. Almost mirrored that early set of results. But McEwen chooses now his favourite double. Fails to find it. 2 10s.
Getting shown the
Nails
fourth leg
it.
Scotland.
And avoids a whitewash.
Fifth leg Scotland to throw first. Game on.
We said it last night, Scott. You should never give it up in this format. Scotland hold here. Suddenly they're only a leg behind.
100.
No, absolutely. It's all about when you win that one leg and whether you're on throw or not on throw. If you steal the throw and then jump on throw,
140.
the panic signs are there and panic stations can set in.
$81. $91.
Good fight here.
From
Scotland. But Belgium will get the opportunity to wrap it up when Roman returns, because Andy Bartons cannot miss that treble 20.
140.
I think all of the other three players on the stage right now are feeling like passengers.
$140.
Really good
Belgian car 130.
resilience from McEwen. He'll go there again, double 5.
120.
So
Got
quick
the car
with that
40.
last dart. Eyes lit up like dinner plates.
So now Campbell wants tops to close the gap. Even more. Double 10. McEwen nailed it in the previous leg. Campbell can't find it. Roman missed double 5.
Game's
Campbell
on the fifth leg,
doesn't.
Scotland.
And this game may yet have a few more twists and turns,
Sixth leg Belgium to throw
regardless
first.
of how
Game on.
many times Andy Bartons can make the treble 20 weep here. Scotland are still in this fight.
100.
I think Andy Bartons overdid it a bit with a fist bump there as well. Just be careful. Don't want to break your partner's knuckles.
100.
No, not at all.
43.
Really even start here in leg number 6.
$100.
Here he goes again.
120.
Right, that was actually because he was too good. He sort of threaded that point between the other 2 points and it caused the deflection.
Yeah, when you get a bounce out and you can trap the dart
85.
up on the board and you haven't even got to bend over to pick it up, that's a special manoeuvre. Not often seen by the naked eye.
42.
Yeah, his treble 20 hitting tonight, particularly in this match, has been absolutely incredible.
100.
There aren't many ways to keep him out. Well, that's one of them.
Oh, it was in a 1 anyway, so just as well it did stay out.
Well, he's fuming with himself.
60.
He's come
Double
up dry,
car,
I
160.
think, for the first time in the match. Done that a couple of times, Scott Campbell. The regrip. Wants to make sure everything was correct before he executed.
96. Belgium car, 136.
Looking for another treble 19
58.
to leave double top.
Double
That
car,
hasn't
20.
happened, so it's all down to Jim McEwen. That was a safe one, we can say. If he edges his way in the same amount again, you'd think that would be in the double.
Game shown the 6th leg, Scotland. 7th final leg, Scotland to throw first.
Well, I'm telling you now,
Game on.
the two teams that are warming up to play the next game are praying that Belgium can break here. They had a 3-leg lead in this match. Scotland have clawed their way back. And if they win this game, they're 4 points clear of England and Canada, which effectively means whoever loses that match will be out of the running. They both want Belgium to win this leg.
100.
Keep Scotland close. Keep the scrap going.
100.
And the thing for Scotland is they battled hard enough. They now have the throat. And these two fellas know how to hold their own throat. This is not their first rodeo in this sort of pressurized position.
81.
Well, this table could make very, very interesting reading for the end of this match. It could be either
96.
looking like it's pretty much a done deal, or it's kind of as you were with that 3-way fight for third place. This leg is massive, not just for Scotland, but for the two teams that are
140.
waiting to get on the stage.
And the Scotland captain, Scott Campbell, doing
98.
Scotland will do Scotland type things here. 27 in front plus these. McEwen talks to himself, get up.
45.
And he has, and he's hit into his other flight. Scored 45 and have now offered Roman and Barton's a way back in.
It was the wrong time, wasn't it? It was the
140.
wrong time for that to happen.
135.
All the hard work that Scotland have done to claw their way back into the contest could have just been undone by that slip from Jim McEwen when he only scored 45. And now there's no finish. And the last man they want to see walking up to the hockey is Andy Barton's to take out 67,
95.
to leave
Belgium
Scotland
67.
scrapping towards the tail end of the group.
Has to make a decision which way he's going to go. Double 16 incoming.
51.
And the match start goes
Belgium
begging
40.
for the Belgians.
Haven't been beaten yet in the group. That might be about to change. And it might set Scotland on their way. McEwen wants tops. Now double 10. No one can look. Oh,
20.
but he's got further away. The pressure's too
Belgium
much. The
16.
tension's too much. Disappointment for the Scots. Will they get another chance? This would be an incredible dart in the double eight, but it would be a dart in the hearts of Scott Campbell and Jim McEwen.
Game
That
on the match.
is
Belgium.
going to cook deep. It's not literally a knockout blow, but it'll feel like one for Team Scotland. Brian Roman has produced one of the most incredible darts you will ever see to to keep Belgium's unbeaten record intact and to send Scotland scrapping at the foot of the field. They do, for now, keep hold of third place. That could well change in the next game because one of England or Canada will join them on 4 points. Join us after the break. Well, the last dart we saw before the break could be one of the most difficult darts you'll ever see and one of the most important darts in this group. Actually, didn't matter a jot for Belgium and the man that threw it, Brian Roman. They are already through to the finals tomorrow, but it could matter an awful lot for Scotland because it means that they don't have much of a cushion, and it mattered a hell of a lot for the two teams that are about to do battle now. England and Canada are pretty much still in contention because of that wonder dart from Brian Roman.
Yeah, he did a very similar dart, I think, in the first game. This evening against the US of A. So I think he knew that that was the way and direction that he had to go. Although he didn't quite pitch it quite so high in that match, it actually laid on the two darts that were already in the board. But that one was a better dart altogether.
As often happens when we reach the last session in groups here at the Modus Super Series, there's interesting matches
First leg, Canada
for
to
other
throw
teams,
first.
teams that aren't on the stage, and that
Game on.
is the case in this one. We can confirm that if Canada get the better of England in this match, then that will cement the place in finals night of Team USA. So a win for
48.
Canada and USA qualify. If England win, that won't yet be confirmed.
85. 96.
Canada could be kicking themselves still from that loss to USA from 3-0 up.
100.
A game of two halves, we would call that. Raced into a 3-0 lead and then
97.
the proverbial wheels fell off of the Team Canada wagon and back came Team USA, the
82.
150 shot out from Baggish, being the absolute showstopper.
140. $60. Canada
you
car,
can't
120.
yet rule out England. If they can get a win here, they're on the same points as Scotland. It's bizarre. Sometimes there's a late charge, but this would give the first leg to
80.
Canada. Michelle misses, but nothing that Fallon Sherritt can do from 174.
$60. Canada car, 40. Getting shot the first leg, Canada.
Smith seals the first leg.
Second leg, England to throw first. Game on.
Well, just a reminder then that finals night takes place tomorrow. Already there are Team Wales, who have been runners-up in the previous two editions of international
41.
pairs. The same pairing as well, Richie Burnett, former world champion, and Kurt Parry, his partner. Joined by Germany. Daniel Closer and Paul
97.
Kroner, who've been absolutely superbly efficient in qualifying. And in with them from Group C, the defending
41.
champions, Ireland, with John O'Shea and Conor Heenahan. Of course, we now know Belgium have sealed their place
44.
from this group, and the USA are on the brink of doing so as well. For those watching in the USA, finals day, I suppose, tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern. Don't miss it here on Pluto TV.
42.
If you're watching on the West Coast, that's 11:30 in the morning. Grab your lunch, turn on Pluto TV and watch the finals day. That's the best lunch break you'll have all week.
60.
Have you started to form a
26.
picture, Scott, of who you think may be lifting the trophy tomorrow?
No, I haven't, because I feel that
One of them,
the
40.
talent that we have on offer here, we're looking at the Belgians and the Welsh who got through, and maybe the Germans
One of
who
them,
have
40.
looked very
Canada
convincing.
car,
But
160.
there's something telling me that somebody's going to have a late run and maybe just scrape through here and
100.
start on zero again tomorrow and find some confidence. It's been
25.
a strange old week
Canada
here, and
car, 60.
I don't think the twists and turns have ended just yet.
40. $81. Canada car,
Great last
20.
start. Might not count for anything. Dawson Michelle looking at double 10. Right on the wire. He's moved over to try and open up the angle. He can try and use that as a barrier. Doesn't matter. Hasn't moved back for the
15.
double 5. I always think that's a bit of a mistake.
England car,
He's throwing from an
105.
unnatural position for no reason whatsoever.
It may be a habit that he always gets into, Murph.
69.
You don't know.
Canada car,
You don't
5.
see him quite often enough to know that.
What we do know is that Jeff Smith often
3.
just sweeps up. He hasn't
England
managed it on this
require
occasion,
36.
and England have been allowed back into this leg. It's been a gift from the Canadians. That's not a bad miss. Double 16.
Game shown the second
And
leg.
that gift is
England.
accepted by Fallon Sherrick.
Third leg Canada to throw first. Game on.
She's rather made a song and dance about it.
100. $60.
Yeah, raised their hands. I think that was a Bon Jovi track back in the 80s, I believe. It was
131.
Slippery When Wet.
Well, these are two teams that are living on a prayer right now. Victory required
78.
in this match. I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah, neither want to leave the group. They don't want to say goodbye.
44. $22.
Now or never.
$140.
Oh, absolutely Rolls Royce
86.
from Steve Beaton. Decides to go for it.
Game shown the third
Why
leg
not?
Canada. Fourth leg England to throw first. Game on.
Dawson Michelle there having a little conflab with Fallon.
85.
Turns over to his team captain, where he gets told to concentrate and come along.
58. $40.
Reminder the stakes here. Actually higher for a team not on the stage. USA will qualify if Canada win. Victory for Canada will see them go level
59.
on points with Scotland in the all-important third place race. 3 teams going through, one of them already there.
41.
USA almost there. And then the other 3, the 2 on the stage and Scotland battling it out at the moment. I think the
140.
loser of this is in a heap of trouble, and the winner has got every chance.
59.
Next match is USA versus Scotland.
58. $45. $98. $81. Canada car 88.
Double 7.
74.
150 is the
England
highest
car,
checkout we've seen in this
150.
group from Danny Baggish earlier tonight. Fallon won't follow.
42. Canada car 14. $10. England car 108.
It's a scrappy affair, isn't it? You can feel the tension. Both teams
42.
know really this is do or die.
Canada car 4.
Can Jeff Smith keep a cool head here? Double 1, that's where
He's
nobody
on the
wants
fourth
to
leg,
be, but
Canada.
he's put it exactly where he wanted it. And Canada have England
Fifth flag,
exactly
Canada
where they
to
want
throw
them.
first. Game on.
It was only a 23-dart leg, but a very important one for Team Canada to boot. And also for the Team
45.
USA.
$140.
Yeah, it's better from England, but Jeff Smith responding.
180.
Not just seeing the 140, but raising it to 180.
44. $180.
And his partner follows him. Back to back. A reminder, USA waiting, ready to jump around in the
85.
practice room, because if Canada take this out, the USA will be through. Not just helping themselves, but helping their neighbours.
78.
Not there yet.
$180.
Well, that cannot be described as too
18.
little, but it might be too late from Steve Beaton.
Game
that
from the match, Canada.
Is a victory for Canada that gives them a much better chance of making it through to the finals. It's pretty much bye-bye for Team England. But Canada get the win, and it is a win that confirms the place of their neighbours, the United States of America, in to the finals tomorrow. They'll be back on stage with no pressure next when they take on Scotland. Welcome back to your dedicated darts channel on Pluto TV. We've seen some big battles tonight, plenty of tension and plenty of fight between the teams in action. 5 nations fighting it out to make it through to the finals of International Pairs 3. And Belgium, Andy Bartons and Brian Roman, they were the first pair to qualify. Did the job nice and early, got themselves through by beating the USA. Scotland then defeated their arch rivals England to put themselves in a much better position. But the USA bounced back with a comeback win against Canada, and they are now also through. That wonderful dart from Brian Roman, well, that did put a dagger in the heart of the Scottish team, and their misery has been compounded after they've been drawn level with by Team Canada, who just beat England 4-1, effectively removing England from the equation, though not mathematically yet. But USA, after that 4-1 win for Canada, are confirmed as qualified alongside Team Belgium in this group. So just one place left to fight for. Canada, Scotland or England will get it, and Scotland are about to do battle with the USA. Confirmation then that the United States will be at the finals tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern, here on Pluto TV. Do not miss it. If you are watching on the West Coast, that's 11:30. This has been a special week for viewers in America, popping up on Pluto over there. If you've enjoyed this week, now is the time to tell Pluto TV that you want more. Tag them on X, tag them on Instagram, and then be here to watch the finals tomorrow. Team America could be lifting the trophy. The question is, will Team Scotland be there as well? Big match now for Scotland, and they will be still licking their wounds, Scott, I'm sure, after that wonder dart from Brian Roman that saw them lose out to Belgium.
Yeah, very much so, and they would feel that they were within touching distance, weren't they? They could almost smell the Saturday
First
night
leg,
final.
USA to throw first. Game on.
The rug pulled right out from under them. But all is not lost.
$100. $140. $91.
We did feel, Scott, didn't we, that USA probably needed one win. That's how it turned out. But it wouldn't have been the case if the last couple of matches had gone
140.
differently.
No, yeah, it was always going to be about those matches around the top two. They were going to have to go in their favour, but I
100.
I think we will see a bit of relief from Team USA that the fact that they've got through with a couple of games to spare.
I really enjoyed tonight so far. I hope you have,
45.
wherever you're watching. But there's only two teams
100.
really enjoying themselves on the stage tonight so far.
Well, you have to say they've earned the right to be fair.
Well, where does Jim McKeon want to go here?
90.
That's where.
USA to car 110. $50. Scotland to car 86. 61.
Bullseye miss by
USA
Scott
car
Campbell.
60.
So Lauby looking at 60.
Getting shown the
that's
first leg,
nice.
USA.
Snuck it in the corner. And USA
Second leg, Scotland to throw
have the
first.
lead.
Game on. $80.
Been a fair few of those for Scotland tonight. Just haven't had the rub of the green. We've seen deflections that have seen their darts divert away from the board.
What are they?
For the USA, everything is going in.
Quite ironic, that is USA's first 180 of the evening. They've been really in the mixer in their other two games.
100.
I've got to say, I've been really impressed with the USA team as a whole, but particularly Danny Baggish. He didn't know what to expect from himself. He said as much. He has performed exceptionally well.
93.
Yeah, he really has. What I like about Baggish is his bounce back ability.
130.
When things kind of go wrong, that seems to spur him on to make sure in future visits that they go right. With other players, the mentality is, oh, it's just not my day, or they allow their heads to get down. With Danny, it makes him
58.
more
USA car
determined for it
91.
not to happen again. And that's a trait that you can't really teach yourself. That has to come from within in how you are made.
48. Scotland car 130.
What are Scotland made of? They'll feel they need to win. Otherwise, Canada will be in pole position. The bullseye for Scott Campbell.
105.
On the green.
USA
not in the
car
hole.
43. Getting shown the second
Superb.
leg, USA.
Just move that dart out of the way, the marker. And the USA are
Fourth leg,
loving
USA
life
to throw
here at the
first.
Modus
Game
Super
on.
Series.
And that is what Danny Baggish has been doing so well. A few years away from the game, and this is a test within itself for him.
95.
And you have to say that he is going to go into that Saturday finals night with a spring in his step. Because I think at times he's surprised
140.
himself, Murph.
Oh, he was playing so well, wasn't he? What, 5 years ago when he had that run at the World Championship, beat Adrian Lewis, took out the 170. It was
85.
actually Glenn Durrant that stopped him. And that was a great game.
$100.
So cool and composed.
81.
Commentator's curse, of course.
Yeah, just when you look like nothing could go wrong with the throw, drops one into the one. Just to remind us that he's in control of what he's doing, not us up here
100.
in the commentary box.
$60. Scotland car 161.
I suppose the good news for Scotland is that the Canadians' next opponents are Belgium, who haven't been beaten yet in this group. 6 wins from 6 for Messrs. Roman and Bartons.
137.
Yeah, and in fairness, you have to say the guys have worked hard and made pretty light work of most in
140.
this
Scotland car
group.
24.
Like you say, there could be a silly game there.
Getting shot in the third leg, Scotland.
Relaxation kicks in. having
Four
qualified.
flag Scotland to throw first. Game on.
Campbell there gets the Scottish right back into it. Look at those averages, 101 for Scotland and 93 for the USA.
100.
17-15 and a lovely 13 dart leg for
45.
the Scottish to break. Throw.
$97.
It hasn't seemed like that. It's strange watching this game because if you asked me what Scotland were averaging just by watching it,
100.
no way would I have said in 3 figures. You get games like that, don't you, where they don't look as good as they are. You get other games when they look amazing and
134.
the average isn't anywhere near that.
Yeah, they look amazing. There's been amazing finishes, and then it pops up an 82, and you think, how's that? Where did that go? I don't know. What, did I miss
78.
something?
Scotland car 170.
Well, speaking of amazing finishers, there's an opportunity for one here. The biggest one of the lot. The 2 treble 20s would have left the bullseye. May well go for it anyway.
105.
Yeah, bullseye would have left him double top. The 25 leaves an option for his playing partner,
140.
former Scott Campbell, to go
car
for the
65.
25 4 tops if he so wishes. He's done that well.
He
26.
stepped across. And he
USA
just
the car
couldn't
138.
find that direction that he needed.
He does that sort of movement all the time, whether to try and find a gap in the treble 20 or a 19 or whatever it is. It's part of the way that he plays.
Jim McEwen shaking his head. He knew that
Green
was
shot on the
coming.
fourth flag, USA.
Danny Baggish is at it again.
Fifth flag, USA to throw first. Game on.
The way he's played tonight. I mean, last night it was his steady scoring. Tonight it's been his finishing.
45.
Like you say, we felt he was player of the night last night, and if we were going to be overcritical, he missed a double with a couple of darts. Tonight he's come back in a similar sort of vein.
Yeah, he's been absolutely brilliant.
100.
He was leading the way in the scoring stakes last night. But Scotland have got some ideas to supersede it here. Oh, I think Jim McEwen started to think about that.
Yeah, a bit of body movement, bit of shoulder in that one. Went with it a little and dragged it
60.
stage left into the 5.
Oh, how Scott Campbell was wishing this was a 1-4-1 for a moment of history. But right now they won't be thinking about that. All they're thinking about is
58.
somehow trying to turn around this deficit. It is a real scrap in the bottom half of the table. One will
41.
go through from Canada,
Scotland car 138.
Scotland or England. McEwen can't do what he just saw Baggish do. He took out Danny Baggish, the 150 earlier. That was a clutch finish, an enormous checkout. In
79.
this match, he's taken out the 138. This man's got more checkouts than Walmart.
98. Scotland car 59.
Simple double top for Scott Campbell to keep the Scots in this one. Double 10 has
39.
gone. And now it's Lauby's
USA
turn to
car
try and land a big one.
157.
And he'll want to do this. He's been watching his partner do it for the last couple of days.
99.
In
Top
big
of the car,
moments
20.
as well. So he would be wanting to lend a hand.
Getting shown on the fifth leg, Scotland.
McEwen, though, lends a hand for Team Scotland, who now will throw for
Fifth
a
leg, Scotland
decider.
to throw first. Game
We can
on.
confirm, by the way, that if Scotland can turn this around and win, then England would be eliminated. And it would become a straight fight, a straight battle between Scotland and Canada.
131.
Third place. And they do play each other in the penultimate match of the night.
140.
Just in the bottom corner, wasn't it? Doesn't matter where it lands in the double as long as it does. But that won't have been where he was aiming.
In is in.
140. $100.
Manipulates an angle.
60.
Didn't find the desired location that Scott Campbell was looking for. And then up pops Danny Baggish doing Danny Baggish-like things. 120 in the board, 141 left.
170.
Great use of the
Got
ball
car,
as well.
170. $125. USA car 91.
Good pressure applied from McEwen.
That leaves a bullseye.
66. Scotland car 45.
It wasn't a bad effort, that.
It was so close to that first dart in the 25. We couldn't quite see where the third dart had gone.
This is massive for Scott Campbell and
Getting shown
Scotland.
the
What a
sixth leg,
dart.
Scotland.
Held his nerve.
Seventh and final leg, USA.
They
to
held
throw
their
first.
throw.
Game on.
And now force USA to a decider. I mean, Scotland were in this position not so long ago against exactly the same position, Scott. A last leg decider against a team that had already qualified. And the team that have already qualified have kicked off with a 180. They must be thinking, you're already through. Why are you doing this to us?
85.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And yesterday they were on the tail end of a 4-3 to Belgium.
32.
Where Team Scotland, but they did win a 4-3 against Canada. So it's not all been bad luck in the 4-3 score lines for Scotland.
140.
Well, that puts them back in the picture. Credit to Jim McEwen for that.
$100.
They missed opportunities to beat Belgium tonight when he lost 4-3. Now Campbell launching his assault.
140.
And he needed that second treble to get Scotland down to a finish.
$99. Scotland car 136.
Just the wrong side of the intended target.
$54. USA car 90.
Is it going to be more pain for Scotland here? Remember the dart that Brian Remand threw to really break their hearts. Now he needs a treble. Can't get one. So Scott Campbell
38.
can get an all-important win here for
Scotland
Team
car
Scotland.
82.
Wouldn't bet against him, would you? Where is he going to go? For me, I feel he has to go treble 14. Single 14 will still leave him options for the ball.
He ends up on the ball. He ends up in
Showing
the
him
ball.
on Scotland.
What a dart. What a moment. He went his own way, but it proved to be the right way. Jim McEwen, he looked confused in the background. He looks ecstatic now. Scotland with a big win against the USA. No damage done for America. They're already through. Scotland doing their level best to join them. Great game of darts that was. Look at the numbers. An average of 98 for Scotland. More than 93 for USA. Scotland now in the box seat to qualify. Coming up next, Canada need to respond.
Treble 17, which he gets. Bullseye for the win. Absolutely incredible.
Oh, you just know.
Bang on cue. Come on, it's fishy time.
One more. This will be amazing.
Is it double top? Double 12.
As the champion, It's match start.
Will get a match start at the bar. There it is.
The time is now.
A new champion will rise.
These are nights as dart players you absolutely dream of.
Charlie Manby!
A brand new series gets underway next week here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, UK. And a handful of the players who've been playing this week will be sticking around. They've come halfway across the world, so why not? Jeff Smith and Dawson Michelle of Canada, Danny Baggish of the USA, and also in their group, the first ever winner of the Super Series, Conan Whitehead. That's the full field. It all gets underway on Monday. Keep it here on Pluto TV. Modus Super Series. Darts around the clock. And actually, the very first fixture of next week is going to be Jeff Smith against Dawson Michelle, his teammate this week, his rival next week. That's an interesting dynamic.
Maybe they could get their shirts to the dry cleaners, confuse us by wearing the same shirts as they have done in the last couple of days.
Well, they really need to win here, Canada. Their remaining game would be against Scotland, who are on 6 points now. A heavy defeat here, and
First leg, Canada to throw first.
I'm just trying to do the maths quickly in my head.
Game on.
But I think a heavy defeat could put them out. If they go 4-0, if they lose 4-0, they put them on minus
100.
6. No, they could still swing it round. They could just swing it round, but they won't want that. They'll want to be going into that game against Scotland, a complete straight shootout. Whoever wins goes through in game 9 of the night.
100. $81.
I'm sure that Team Canada are thinking that this is a must-win game for them. They won't be thinking negatively.
96.
The concern for them, their first average was 91
100.
against USA, and they went down 4-3. The second game, they won with an 81.
95.
That will be the concern for them.
$132.
A reminder that Belgium
Carl
still
Williamson.
haven't been beaten. 7 matches after this. They've won the previous 6.
45. Belgium car 48.
They do have England last game to Belgium, so they could be beaten by Steve Beaton.
Or they could go unbeaten by
32.
beating Beaton.
Canada car 65.
Smart dart. Well,
No score.
it was a smart dart, the first one. The second one wasn't as
Belgium
clever.
car 16.
He needs to put 2 blockers in before he can hit it, doesn't he?
Can you show the first leg?
He does
Belgium.
seem to on the double 8, yes.
Second leg, Belgium to throw first. Game on. $100.
For me,
70.
should Belgium be able to get this over the line tomorrow, that would kickstart 2026 for Bartons in
140.
particular, where we've seen him a couple of times struggle here. When you
98.
lose your tour card, you wonder whether you still have relevance in the game. It's quite a strange feeling to lose the PDC tour card like Andy Bartons has.
140.
And this would give him, I think this is giving him standing in the game again already. The that winning feeling, that camaraderie with another
140.
player.
Belgium
It changes the
121.
dynamic of a normal game slightly, and I think it's done him the world of good so far the last couple of days.
85.
We know that winning sort of tends to breed winning.
96. Belgium 36. Game shot of the second leg, Belgium.
Well, that's certainly the case, isn't it? For Bartons, for
Third leg,
Belgium,
Canada to
for
throw
Roman.
first. Game on.
And it could have had a hangover from that soul-crushing way that they ended up
100.
slipping from first to third in Group A, losing that effective winner-takes-all shootout against Wales. They lost it 4-0 on Wednesday.
100.
They have bounced back brilliantly.
It could have dictated their destiny for the week, but what they did, they used that loss
125.
to an advantage against Team USA last game yesterday, and that's what's put the spring in their step for today.
180.
Magical 180. This time from Roman.
100.
Andy Bartons won't like that. He won't like the fact that Roman's hit the only 180 in this match. He'll have to hit one himself soon. His grouping has
100.
been so good tonight.
I've known Andy a long time through the former BDO system, and I have to say it's the
40.
one thing that he's developed in his
Belgium
game
121.
over the last 4 or 5 years is that grouping on the scoring.
53.
And when he's scoring that well and being that accurate,
Canada
doubles then
136.
kind of come a little bit easier to you because you're giving yourself more chances with just the sheer volume of scoring.
Belgium will be back looking at 68 for a 3-0 lead.
60.
They were
Belgium
3-0 up in the
68.
previous match. That went back to 3-3 before they won it.
Game shot on the
And they're
third
3-0
leg,
up again.
Belgium. Fourth leg, Belgium to throw first. Game on.
That good, he didn't even know he'd broken the throat.
Yeah, maybe had he thought about it,
100.
he may not have broken the throw. It may have been on his mind.
Well,
this is a great result for Scotland.
140. $100. $55.
If Belgium win this leg, then ahead of the final round of fixtures, the
100.
all-important penultimate game where Scotland and Canada go head-to-head in that shootout match for qualification, Canada will find themselves 2 points and 3 legs
136.
behind Scotland.
Belgium's last score was 100, not 140.
So what that would effectively do, and thanks to Paul Hinks for stopping the match to let me explain this, it would give Scotland a 4-3 defeat. So they'd have to win or get to 3 legs to be through. It would mean that Canada would need to win 4-0, 4-1 or 4-2. So getting a leg in this game is crucial. If they get a leg, it's a straight fight.
170.
If they don't, it gives Scotland an extra advantage.
58.
The chances
Belgium
are,
car
at this
142.
particular moment in time, Canada won't have worked that out.
Andy Bartons might have worked this out.
131. Canada car 112.
He apologised. He apologised for missing.
Roman did give him a look as if to say, are you being serious?
That's the leg. That is so important. They might not know it, but it means that their game with Scotland, whatever happens from it here on in, is going to be a straight fight.
Maybe that's why Barton said sorry. It's easy to smile about it now once you've qualified and they've been playing the way that they've been playing and you're still 3-1 up.
I don't think he understands context, does he? Already through, won every match, missed a 1-4-2 checkout. He's absolutely beside himself.
$140. $100. $100.
So Belgium looking to maintain that winning streak. Canada still scrapping.
98. Belgium card 61. $42. Canada card 49. $97. Belgium card 19. $94. Canada card 52.
So double 18. Yeah,
Game
that's
on
a
the
great
leg,
dart
Canada.
for Jeff Smith. And now
6 leg, Belgium to throw first. Game on.
I wonder if Barton's apologised again that time for missing the ball.
Belgium haven't won easily all their fixtures
41.
tonight. And they're under pressure from Canada here. The confirmation
100.
of the remaining matches then. England eliminated, taking on the USA next. The USA are through.
100.
Then it's the big one. Canada versus Scotland. The winner will go through. It's a winner-takes-all clash. Make sure you stay with us here on the Modus Super Series Darts channel on Pluto TV. The night ends with the group winners Belgium
140.
taking on England. And then we will be back tomorrow for the finals. Wherever you're watching, make sure you do join us. 7:30 UK time.
55.
Will there be Scottish representation, or will it be the Canadians that are there? Belgium are there. The USA are there.
180.
Finals on Pluto TV. 2:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 Pacific, right here.
58.
Who will be lifting
Belgium
the
card
trophy?
40.
And could it be Belgium? And will they be going into the finals night unbeaten?
Can you show me a match?
They
Belgium.
might, you know. Canada got the legs they needed to ensure they're still in the fight. They will have a straight shootout with Scotland in a couple of games' time to see if they can join the USA and the group winners Belgium, who have just produced another fantastic display, an average of more than 101. They'll be back again a little bit later, but coming next, USA take on England. 16 world titles, 4 decades of dominance, the greatest the sport of darts has ever seen. Phil Taylor, the power, a legend. A walk down memory lane. The rivals, the battles, the moments that defined an era. And now, for the first time, watch Phil, watch himself, his greatest moments on screen with the legend alongside them giving his own commentary as it happens. We've never done this before. Saturday the 25th of April at the Modus Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Tickets just £10. The power through the years. Don't miss it. Yeah, that is happening here on Saturday. Phil the Power Taylor, the greatest ever to pick up a dart, 16 World Championship titles. And if you are in and around the Portsmouth area, limited tickets are still available for you to come and have that walk down memory lane with the best there's ever been. Some say the best there ever will be. And Phil Taylor will be here as well. Yeah, the power, absolutely. Incredible legend, not just of darts, but of sport. A real national treasure. And Steve Beaton's had many battles with him over the years. He is here representing England, not quite with the same success as Phil Taylor had when he used to pull on the England shirt at the World Cup of Darts alongside Adrian Lewis. We will be saying bye-bye to Beaton and Fallon Sherrock at the end of this evening. They've still got a couple of games to play, however. The first against the USA. And in many ways, Scott, yes, Belgium are unbeaten, but they've been the story of this group, haven't they? When you think how big outsiders they were priced at the start of yesterday, they have looked like they belong at finals night.
Yeah, if you had the foresight to be on that, at the odds that they were at the start of last night, congratulations to you. We felt at the time when we saw it, it was a bit of a stretch, and maybe we highlighted a little that the odds compilers may have got it wrong, but the proof is in the pudding, and Team USA have showed that the odds compilers got it wrong.
First leg, England to throw first. Game on.
This was both of these teams' first match in this group. It will be the USA's last match in this group, but they will be back for the finals. And I know that we've got an audience in the USA this week. The Modus Super Series Darts channel has popped up on your Pluto TV planner. Finals day tomorrow makes that pop up even
81.
bigger. Do tune in, 2:30 Eastern Time, live on Pluto TV. And if you want this
100.
to become permanent, just tell Pluto TV they are listening. Tag them across social media.
100.
And I know a few of you will be cheering for USA tomorrow. Maybe can't travel here to Portsmouth to watch, but if you are around, not only can you see Phil Taylor
25.
in the afternoon, you can also come here and watch the International Pairs finals tomorrow night.
A little bit of a double bubble situation could be going on.
100.
Well, that's a darts fan's dream, isn't it? Apart from a 24-hour darts channel, of course.
Oh, we're covering the bases tonight, aren't we?
125.
Will you be watching when you get back to your home tonight, Scott? Tuning in to wind down
53.
wall-to-wall darts content?
There is a distinct possibility I may well be. Probably more likely I'll be looking to tune in tomorrow night.
30. USA
Here in UK time, that's for
167.
sure.
There's a bullseye battle after the show tonight.
142.
But that bullseye
England
could
require
not
141.
be located for once by Danny Baggish.
60. USA require 25.
Double 12 becomes double 6.
19. England car 81.
Well, we couldn't see the ball hit by Baggish.
56.
And
USA
Fallon
car 6.
just falls short as well.
Getting shot on the first leg, USA.
Once again, the double's not a problem for Baggish.
Second leg, USA to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, following the bullseye battle that's coming up after the live darts tonight, there's a tungsten talk with Dawson Michelle, who you'll see in that
85.
winner takes all match. That's worth staying tuned for. Well, the winner takes all match and the tungsten talk, where young Dawson discusses his sacrifices made as a Canadian darts player
24.
and the renewed drive that playing here at the Modus Super Series has given him. But that is coming next.
70.
To see who is the last team through to tomorrow's finals. It's going to be Scotland or Canada, and the winner of that match will take it. Effectively,
58.
a knockout game.
$36. $140. $53. $96.
We will
58.
know all of the qualifiers before the last game tonight, when Beaton and Sherrick return to take on the group winners Belgium. And they will be trying once again to see if Scott
100.
Mitchell can pick a winner. But I know it's tough. You can make a case for every team that's qualified so far.
Yeah, and darts is always different on a different day. One day you
87.
can be feeling $1
England
million.
car
And
83.
the next day you can feeling just not quite as you were.
67. USA car
And
112.
that puts doubt in the mind, and then all of a sudden you don't play how you did the day before.
$38. England car 16. Getting shot on the second leg, England.
Great dart from Fallon Sherrick to level up this match for
Third
England.
leg, England to throw first.
Fallon
Game
Sherrick
on.
does a Brian Roman on the double 8.
Yeah, she started hitting a few doubles tonight. Started hitting a few trebles as well.
81.
Danny Baggish has been hitting those for fun for the last couple of evenings.
82. $60. $140. $43.
Steve Beaton will once again not make it through from Group B in
99.
international pairs. And we have seen rotation in this England team. Steve West and Mervyn King, the first duo to take to the Oki.
83.
Then it was Steve Beaton's turn alongside the two-time world champion Adrian Lewis. Fallon Sherrick stepping in this time.
140.
You never know, Scott. I'll have a word with Thomas Tuchel. You could be in next time, pal.
Well, the England management.
64. USA car 40.
Some people I would be very close to.
Getting shot on the third leg, USA.
Well, USA are making a case for their team to become
Fourth leg,
permanent.
USA
Last time,
to
of
go
course,
first.
it was Alex
Game on.
Spellman and Jason Brandon for the US.
140.
Baggish leads off with a 140.
22.
Huge match coming next. All on the line between Scotland and Canada. Do not go anywhere.
140.
140 from Baggish is backed up with a 140 from Lorby and
60.
streak right into the lead.
100.
Team England gone trebleless here. Going trebleless in this leg doesn't seem to be in the vocation of Team
41.
USA.
USA Ricard 121.
41, 100, leaving them on 1-2-1. Treble 17 doesn't go. Needs
57.
a treble. Finally go trebleless, but that's the time to do it. When your opponents are sat on 3-7-8 and you're sat
100.
nice and dandy
USA Ricard
on
64.
64.
Game shown the fourth leg,
Nicely
USA.
done once again by Danny Baggish.
Fifth leg, England to throw first. Game on.
Doesn't matter as much now, but be nice to sign off with a win to get up to 10 points.
140.
Just go into that finals not on a bit of a roll.
Yeah, this is USA's last game of the evening.
140.
I'm sure they're going to be sticking around to watch the winner-takes-all match between Scotland
100.
and Canada.
Yeah, we did think the drama would
60.
unfold in that kind of way. Hasn't been the right week for England.
86.
I'm going to see them again against the group winners Belgium. USA now confirmed as second place in this group, whatever happens from here on in.
140.
And third will be the winner of the match that's coming up next. Scotland, featuring Scott Campbell and Jim McEwen, and the
60.
Canadian team,
USA Ricard
Dawson Michelle and
161.
Jeff Smith.
$39. England Ricard 115.
Well, she can still do this. Treble 20 and bull. Treble 20 and bull.
80.
Well, she knew what to do, just couldn't
122.
quite execute it.
$68. England Ricard 35.
Yeah,
Game show on the
beaten.
fifth leg, England.
Sorts it out in the end.
Sixth leg, USA to throw first. Game on. $60. $100. $91. $59. $45.
Just getting a little scrappy, isn't it? It's very much the
85.
warm-up match this for the big one coming next. Both these teams know their fate. One of them through, one of them out.
58.
And for me, the scrappier the leg gets, the more chance it will
81.
be that England can level this at 3-3 for me.
does seem to have become a little contagious in this leg.
100.
A nice straight visit will be a bit of a relief for Baggish there.
100. USA car 147.
Well, that could have won it, but as Scott said, England have an opportunity
107.
to force a decider
England
here.
car 76.
And Steve Beaton now has 2 darts at double 8 to do just that.
60. USA car 40.
Move towards it, but 3 further away.
Double 10 for another win to make it 10 points for Team
Game summer
USA.
match USA.
And that's exactly what they've done. They're going to finish second in the table. They sign off an excellent Group B campaign with a victory over England. Danny Baggish and Danny Lolby have been absolutely superb, and you will see them again at finals night tomorrow. If you're enjoying the action on Pluto TV, make sure you are tuned in for that. But make sure that you don't go anywhere now, because after the break, Scotland and Canada will clash, and the winner goes through. Well, 12 nations came to do battle here at the Modus Super Series this week for the International Pairs Showdown. 5 are through to finals night. 1 more can make it, and it is as simple as this. Scotland versus Canada. The winner takes it all. Whichever of these two countries gets the job done here will complete the finals night lineup and will join Wales, Germany, the defending champions Ireland, Belgium and the United States of America in the six-nation field for the finals tomorrow. This effectively a straight knockout affair. In terms of the table, well, Belgium have won the group on 14 points. Could become 16. They've still got a game to play and they might go through it unbeaten. USA in second on 10. Scotland currently occupy third spot. They're on 6 points, 2 ahead of Canada, and on leg difference, just 1 leg between them. So that, of course, means if Canada win this game, even if it's 4-3, that leg difference will reverse and they would go through, tied on points with Scotland, but by 1 leg if it were to be 4-3. Scotland win. They're up to 8 points. They look pretty comfortable, but I don't think any of the 4 players on stage will be feeling comfortable now.
No, I would be... If I was in this position, I would be convincing myself and my partner that these are the days you play for. All those hours of practice, all that travelling, is to learn how to deal with situations like this. Whether you ever get on top of them, I suppose,
First leg,
depends
Scotland to throw first.
how many times you claim success in the situation of how confident you would be in it.
Here we go then. It all comes down to this for these 4 men, for these 2 countries.
57.
Scott Campbell opens the batting for Scotland, as he has been doing. Dawson Michelle in first for Canada, as is their modus operandi.
59.
In these moments, it's just nice to get your first 3 darts off and out the way. If they're successful darts and they're going in the location you wish them to go, just as they are here for Jim McEwen, it makes it feel all the nicer and brighter.
98. $83.
Both teams well aware of
100.
the stakes in this match and the scenario, but have had it confirmed by some of our backstage crew here that it wasn't quite worked out properly by Team Scotland and Team Canada. They thought that there might need to be a certain permutation in terms of number of legs
54.
this game was won by, until they had it explained to them. No, it is simple as win and you're in, lose and you're heading home. Well, not quite home if you're Jeff Smith
59.
and Dawson Michelle, because they are going to be here playing on Monday
67.
against each other. It's the first fixture on Monday, actually.
Yeah, they'd be heading for 2 days off instead of 1, but...
$139.
Really good visit from Campbell. The Canadians back on 185.
85. Scotland car 28.
Double
Each on the
seven.
first leg, Scotland.
Not the type of double you want to be throwing at. It can be awkward,
Second leg,
but
Canada
Jim
to throw
McEwen
first.
made it count.
Game on.
So first blood to Scotland
100.
in this decisive battle.
$140.
Phil Smith has to hit back with a treble here to respond
60.
to that. It hasn't happened.
can almost feel the
85.
tension. There's something about these sort of winner-takes-all shootouts late in a Group B setting. Here in England,
100.
it is the early hours of the morning, coming up to 1 a.m. And yes, there'll be atmosphere in here tomorrow, but this kind of matchup in an empty room,
81.
it kind of adds to that tension and drama.
Yeah, it does. There's nobody to blame. There's nowhere to hide.
137.
If you're watching for the first time, by the way, this week, during the week it is played behind closed doors, but we open our doors on a finals night on Saturday, so it will look a lot different tomorrow.
$42. Canada car 104.
I suppose with it being in England and England being out, there'll be a fairly neutral crowd, Scott.
Oh, they still have their
40.
favourites. Don't you worry about that.
Scotland car 153. $41. Canada car 64. Game show on the second leg,
is
Canada.
absolutely superb from Jeff Smith.
Third leg,
He
Scotland. to
really
third
relies
first.
on that double,
Game
doesn't
on.
he? And when he needed it, it was there.
Yeah, an 18 dart leg finished on double 18. It's definitely his go-to double.
140. $57.
This match did go the distance when these teams met on the first day of this group. It was 4-3 to Scotland.
96.
There's nothing between them. Both of them averaged 86 and change.
60.
Scotland was slightly better when it came to the finishing.
And that's all it takes in a tight game.
$131.
They've got a healthy lead here, Scotland.
100.
Hoping to just hold their throw.
Scotland car 134.
Yeah, Canada needed something a little bigger to pressure. Tops it'll be.
$114.
It was tops yesterday. We know that Scott Campbell was not a big fan of double 10.
$98. Scotland car 20.
Well, Canada's still out on a finish. What does he do now? Yeah, I thought he might.
12.
Rather than leave it on double 5 for Jim McEwen, he gave it a go himself and then thought, you know what? Let's make it a bit more simple.
Even Jeff Smith in the background had to have a quick look to see what was going on. He was trying to work out why Campbell
90.
was going that way.
And the speed he did it at, he'd got that plan in his head before he even told the hockey.
Yeah, he had. And you have to make decisions like that for that.
Game show on the third leg, Scotland.
McEwen hits double 8.
Fourth leg, Canada to
16
throw
dart,
first. Game
hold
on.
a throw.
So 2-1 to Scotland. First to 4 legs.
100.
Goes through to the finals tomorrow.
57.
All on throw so far.
91.
As you come to expect with a couple of teams where there's nothing between them.
$60. $140. $41. Canada car 170.
Well, it's a similar leg to the previous one, just the other way around. It's Canada who on throw have got a massive advantage.
60.
And this does look like going down to a sudden death shootout, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. All the signs, the telltale signs, that is going to be the process, but
100.
you never can tell. Just one slip here, a big visit there, and it's turned around immediately. 18 for 32.
Game shown the fourth leg, Canada.
Dawson Michelle takes out the 110.
Fifth leg, Scotland to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, those types of finishes are quite interesting, because if he had one dart left, he'd be trying to leave Jeff Smith double 18, but because he had two, he wanted to go double 16 himself. But then he's thinking, well, what if I miss it? I'm not leaving my mate on his
55.
favourite double. You've got to get all that out of your head. And he did really well there, Dawson Michelle.
Yeah, you do. You have to keep it very basic and very simple.
100.
Only one place left at finals night. The winner of this match will take it. And they're going blow for blow. Every single leg one on throw. And that 180 kind of sets up that pattern to continue.
95. $96.
Canada were 40 behind, plus those are 136 behind.
83. Shot the car
A couple of trebles
170.
there, but not to be. So 6 from here for Scotland. They would like to see the 170 go in 3. That's not going to happen on this visit. So now it's all about how close can you leave it
100.
for your partner, and a really nice last dart into the treble 20.
Canada are in a position here to ask a question, to go tapping on the shoulder.
140.
For Scott Campbell.
Shot the car 70.
Just 13 points behind this time. Now we're starting to see that squeeze tightens. But Campbell, can he stand up to it?
62.
Opportunity
Canada
knocks
car
here for
83.
Canada. And for Dawson Michelle. Playing it quite safe. Oh, I thought he was playing it quite safe. I thought he was pretty much going 2 singles for the bullseye, but he
47.
gambled for the treble 16 and didn't
Double
get the
car
dart
8.
of the bull.
That was not so awesome for Dawson.
Double 4 again for McEwen. Needs a huge adjustment here,
Game
and he
shot the
makes
fifth leg,
that
Scotland.
enormous adjustment.
6
And
leg
the
Canada
score
to
is
throw
adjusted.
first. Game on.
3-2 in Scotland's favour. They are 1 away from qualifying. Canada now standing on the tungsten trapdoor.
125. $140.
That is when he saw he'd missed a big number and wasn't getting a dart to break the throw there.
57.
Maybe should have took the treble out of the equation and gone for the big 16, because you can't win legs if you can't get a dart or something to forcefully remove it from your opponent. And that stray dart was what cost Team Canada.
60.
Well, USA are through. Will Canada be going with them? Or is it going to be Scotland that seal that final spot? Scotland win. One more leg, they're through. Canada must win this one and then break in a decider.
95.
Good last from Michelle, where Campbell would have been eyeing up,
131.
closing the deficit, and he's done that really well. And once again, we see Scotland on the 170, and that's pressure enough. It's forced Smith
44.
into the big five, and
Scotland
it's
car 170.
not a good visit. The throw has now been turned, and once again, Campbell and McEwen find themselves with 6 from here. But for this time, it's to win the match and a place
60.
in our Saturday night final.
I'll tell you what, though, not finding a treble there has just left that door slightly open for Canada. If Dawson Michelle can find one himself, he does. He finds 2. He leaves tops.
Scotland car 110.
Hello. What's going on here? $10 then for tops. And it's a win for Team Scotland. What a massive shot. Moments of brilliance from Scott Campbell, the team captain. Honestly, brilliant. A big hug. Scotland realise what they have just done. For Canada, it is not to be this time. Still celebrating Scott Campbell, and rightly so. A big 110 finish from him to win that one 4-2. In the winner-take-all match, the averages, the Canadians had an 88.19. They were a couple of higher points in the averages. And look at their success rate on the checkouts, 100%. But it was not good enough to turn over Scotland with their 86 average, 4 from 11. We're going to get all the reaction from the Scottish team. They are down on stage now with Chris Murphy.
Thanks very much, Scott. Yeah, instant reaction from Team Scotland here, Jim McEwen and Scott Campbell. Well, first of all, congratulations. Just try and put into words what's just happened.
You know something, it started from the start of the week. We've not really played bad, had a couple of bad games, and everybody just wants to seem to play well against us. So it's nice to show up tonight and play well against everybody else again as well. So yeah, magic.
What's it like stood at the back of the stage when a partner is up there and you're just hoping they get the job done and it's not in your control?
Every confidence in Scott. I mean, he's such a good player. As soon as the first treble goes in, you know the next one's going in. But no, it's easy when you're playing with Scott.
Going into that position of a straight knockout match, what was the feeling like? The tension must have been building as the night went on.
Yeah, a little bit, but if I'm being really honest, we know we've played well this week, so even if Canada knocked us out there, we were really happy with the way we've played this week, so especially for the first time that we've ever played pairs together. So this week was just learn, and hopefully we'll go again, so especially tomorrow.
And first time in this format for you here, Jim. I mean, you're a series champion, so you've done the biggest thing you can do here, but what was this experience been like?
It's so different because it's a different format. I'm so happy to play with Scott to start with. I mean, Scotland captain, he's got such guts. But as I said, we both played really well tonight, and I think we deserve to go through.
Fair point. And you are through, and you've had a bit of fun on finals night before at international pairs. 9 dart shootout, 2 180s. I don't know if we'll get that kind of drama, but how much are you looking forward to it? And do you think that you've really, as Jim said, you've played well tonight? It's anyone's, isn't it, tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I would love another 9 dart shootout against Belgium. That would just to wind a couple of people up. Joking aside, fantastic to make tomorrow night, especially again playing the first time with Jim, who's also brilliant. Mr. Consistent. So, yeah, let's go tomorrow night.
See you there. Congratulations, guys. We have our finalists now. The Six Nations are confirmed.
Case is unpacked again.
There you go. Instructions are given. Your instruction is to stay tuned because there is one more match coming up after the break here on Pluto TV, and Scotland will be back tomorrow. Well, before the break, Scotland got the job done. Scott Campbell did it for the team. And Canada, as a result, bowed out. We will see Dawson Michelle and Jeff Smith back here on Monday when Series 14 gets underway. But Canada won't be part of finals night. Scotland will, as will Belgium. Andy Bartons and Brian Raman ready to play their final game in this group. And there's another subplot to this, of course, before they play Steve Beaton and Fallon Sherrock, because they beat them in the first match of this group yesterday, 103.66 average in the process. Who would have known that when they met them again in the last match of this group, that they would be playing to complete an unbeaten Group B campaign.
Yeah, indeed. We kind of expected them to be a bit feast and famine, the Belgian team. At that point, they had
first leg Belgium to
posted a 103.66 average.
Game on.
We had seen them up and down during the week like a fiddler's elbow. That hasn't been the case come Group B. And I think that's partly
64.
to do with the clientele that they've been having to play. I don't believe they've been in a situation where they've been able to be feast or famine. They've had to be feast to top
100.
the group, and every game has been difficult for them. Yes, they've won them. There's been a few tight ones, but they've had to stay on
81.
the gas because otherwise there were games that would have got away from them.
60.
By the way, if we have got viewers wanting to hear from some of the qualifying teams, well, we're going to give Belgium a night off tonight. We had an extended chat with them yesterday, and they were pretty much through at that point. But you will be able to hear from Team USA at the end of tonight's show, so don't go anywhere after the action. And I'll tell you what, Scott, I expected maybe Scotland, when I spoke to them straight after that win, to be a little bit more relieved, ecstatic, but they actually were both very calm.
58.
And I think Jim McEwen summed it up perfectly when he said, I think we've played really well and we deserve to be through.
Yeah, I think maybe they probably
100.
chatted in that back room and
Belgium
convinced
car,
themselves of that.
118.
And when you look at the table and how it sits now, it looks like they were actually comfortably through, but the table lies a little bit
86.
there. Had
England car,
Canada
156.
won that game, they'd have gone through on 6 points on leg difference over Scotland.
22.
Scotland and Belgium have been here
Belgium car, 32.
all week. Both of them finishing second and third in Group A. Both can be
Each
very
other
close
first
and
leg,
both going
Belgium.
through from Group B. They'll be reacquainted with Wales, as Brian Roman's reacquainted
Second leg
with
England
Double 8.
to
If you
first,
didn't
game
see
on.
that incredible dart earlier from Roman, then make sure you watch it again. It was one of the best darts you will
100.
ever see.
One thing you can say about the
123.
Belgian side in this group, they haven't ever lost their focus at any point in time.
100.
Where we have seen Bartons and Roman here in the past kind of lose their way a little bit mentally,
39.
but together they seem a really solid unit.
Oh, they're going to be strong tomorrow. And I'm going to have to ask you, Scott.
81.
We now know the lineup. We now know the 6 teams that will be there. Wales, Ireland, Germany, Belgium, USA
100.
and Scotland. If I had to, if I put a gun to your head, Scott, and said you've got to pick a winner, who would it be?
60.
The delay in the answer is because I'm thinking it could be
69.
you, it could be them,
England
it could
car,
be them.
160.
That's the problem with this. I think it's going to be one on moments again. And I'm watching Belgium tonight and I'm thinking
3.
they've been really good on the moments.
Belgium
I'm
car,
watching
170.
Germany this afternoon and they haven't had to have the moments because they've been solid.
Speaking
Games
of
on the second leg,
moments,
Belgium.
what a moment that is from Andy Bartons.
like Belgium
And that
to
kind
throw
of moment's
first.
been coming
Game
for
on.
him tonight. Maybe they've just revised your answer.
No, not at all. No, 2 days are the same. But yeah, I understand where we
58.
are, where you're coming from.
Brian Romans found that hilarious. And actually, if you look at the
57.
exchange we just saw, it was pretty hilarious because one player scored 3 and then the other one took out 170.
99.
And the 3 was almost forgotten until you brought it up there, Murph. So Roman would have got away with that
100.
if it hadn't been for you meddling commentators.
Well, Belgium have been certainly deserving
96.
winners of this group. And look, you look at the points tellers at the end, you can't say that any team doesn't deserve to be through. 16 for Belgium if they win this match, 10 for the USA,
24.
the outsiders who have made a big noise at the international pairs here this week. And then 8 for Scotland, 4 clear of Canada in the end. As Roman tries to land a World Group 180, he'll settle for second best.
.40. Belgium car 108. .60.
So the action coming to a close for today, but tomorrow is finals night or finals day, depending on where you're watching
58.
in the world on Pluto
Belgium car
TV.
48.
If you enjoyed this week, do stay tuned. Do watch the action. 7:30 UK time, 2:30 Eastern time, 11:30 if you're on the west coast of the USA.
94. Belgium car 32.
But it's always darts time, 24/7 here on the Modus Super Series
on
channel.
the third leg, Belgium.
And this man, I think, has
Fourth
been the
leg,
player
England
of the
through
night.
first.
I think we
Game
can
on.
probably agree on that, Scott. Andy Barton's tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Found a little bit extra tonight, hasn't he, for Team Belgium?
One of them 40.
Much more like
60.
the Bartons that standard and the way that he was playing before he went on that
93.
Lakeside World Championship.
.81.
Well, it's been a really enjoyable night of darts. A really enjoyable week of darts, but the best is still to come. The finals tomorrow. We bid farewell to Fallon Sherrick and Steve Beaton.
98.
We give Jeff Smith and Dawson Michelle the weekend off before they kick off Series 14 on Monday.
55. England car 170.
But I'm with you, Scott. I can understand why you didn't answer the question, because I cannot pick a winner. And I can't even pick 2 or
54.
3. I think all 6 have got a case. It is anybody's game tomorrow.
I do. The Welsh went 5 out of 5 to go
115.
and win a
England
really
car
tight
116.
Group 8.
Is there a parting shot from Fallon Sherrick? No, she's hit the treble, but then missed the big number.
.84.
Well, that's the biggest 17 you can hit without going into the treble 17, the lesser spotted treble 17 that we haven't seen a great deal of this week.
47. England car 32.
Double 16 for Steve Beaton.
No score. Belgium car 143.
Well, this would be a nice way to put the polish on their performances, on their campaign. Not quite, but it's a fantastic setup shot from Brian Roman.
121.
And it's completely bamboozled our referee Paul Hinks for a moment there. But as always, he got it right.
No score. Belgium car 20.
And if Bartons gets this right, it's good night.
Getting shot on
And
the
he
match,
does.
Belgium.
Belgium go through Group B unbeaten and send out a statement ahead of the international pairs final. Sealed with a kiss from Andy Bartons as he and Brian Roman completes a perfect Group B campaign. What a way to bounce back from that disappointment in Group A. They're through alongside Scotland and Team USA. We're going to hear from them shortly. Make sure you are tuned in at finals night, and if you can, why not get here? Tickets are available.
Double 10. And Scotland are off to the perfect start. Look at the head there for Jimmy Vansky, and Burnett steps out for Richie Burnett, does find double 10, and it is a 4-3 victory. 60 to complete a 4-1 success. Third time in the chart, and the Netherlands are into the semi-finals. History is in the making, because
kicks off for maximum. And I suppose the one advantage of... Well, that is absolutely incredible. Scott Campbell in a 9-dart shootout has found 2 180s. So Scotland and Belgium are into the semi-finals. The Republic of Ireland head for home. The Netherlands are into the final. Much to the delight of this packed-out Portland.
And he only needed one more. It is Wales that is through to the final.
And it's double Dutch delight. The Netherlands are the inaugural international pairs champions.
Only one winner. It's the Netherlands! There are still limited tickets available to get here for finals night. Scan that QR code or head to dartshop.tv and you can be here this Saturday or any Saturday for live darts at the Modus Super Series. And we now do have the full field for finals night as Group B has been completed. Scotland taking the last spot after beating Canada in a straight shootout. In the end, 4 points clear. USA in second place and Belgium going through the group unbeaten. And that is what the USA have been doing tonight, hitting doubles, winning matches and qualifying for finals night. And I'm delighted to say that they've joined myself and Scott in the studio. The two Dannies, congratulations, you made it through. We did say at the start of the night that maybe you just needed one win. It turned out that way in the end, but having lost that first match, we'll start with Danny Baggish. Did the tension start to rise, or did you just feel totally comfortable that you would get the job done?
No, I think our mindset was just, one match at a time. Whether we needed one, we wanted to win all of them. So it'll play out the way it's supposed to. But as long as we did our job, well, we were comfortable that we were going to move on.
And did you know the point that you had qualified at? Because it actually happened when you weren't on the stage.
No, I try not to think about that. It's one of them. You just kind of... You don't want to think you're in, and then it kind of softens you up. You just want to keep going and get every game at a time.
Scott, how impressed have you been? We spoke about it yesterday. We did actually say, we're not just saying this, when we saw the odds, we were like, that looks very big for these two players. But how impressed have you been with how they've acquitted themselves?
I've been fortunate to know the guys for the last few years, and when I saw the odds, we picked it up straight away. There was no way that you were bottom of the group of that lot, and you immediately started as you set to go on, and I think you created a little aura for yourself to make the others a bit more frightened of you than you give credit for, and your dynamic as a duo to complement one another was brilliant. And were you guys feeling that while you were playing?
No, I think it was really natural, to be honest. Like I said, when you asked that question, I looked at it today as the 12-1, was it? I think. Like what? And we didn't have we immediately gelled. It was the most natural pairing that I could ask for, and it was just smooth. It was good, and I'm excited for the future of it.
In particular tonight, you're finishing. You were the man for the big checkouts tonight, weren't you?
Yeah, it just felt good. Just more concentration, and every dart matters at that point. But yeah, once the first one goes in, you kind of think that you're going to hit it, right? So, I was lucky enough to hit a few for sure.
It's great watching as well when there are 4 players on stage, because you're getting everyone else reacting to what you're doing. You don't see it because you're looking at the dartboard, but when you stood behind and your partner's doing things like that, it must be a great feeling.
When you stood behind, you're just kind of trying to do the do-si-do two-step. You're trying not to fall off the stage because it gets a little bit, crowded back there, but... No, he definitely carried the team tonight. So no, it was a good performance, mainly from him, but as a team and for our country. And I'm excited for tomorrow, and I know he is too.
Feel free to fall off the stage. You won't be the first, and you won't be the last. And it does do our socials the world of good.
I did say I was going to do backflip, so I'll try that tomorrow.
He did.
Look, we need to look ahead to finals night, so we're going to show you the groups for the Saturday finale. This is how it is going to be. So you are in with Wales and Ireland. Group 2 will be Belgium, Germany and Scotland. I'm going to get Scott's opinion on Group 2, but I might as well get your guys' opinion on Group 1. Look, it looks like a really open night, but is there any team you're looking forward to playing the most?
No, it's not an open night at all. Every one of these teams is good.
Yeah.
Honestly, no. They're class players on all of these teams. It's going to be war tomorrow, and yeah. Are
you aware that in Group 1 you've literally got the finalists from the last international pairs? Ireland won it. Wales were runners-up.
Yeah, I am aware of that, and you know, we were underdogs from the start. I don't think we're underdogs anymore. In my honest opinion, we were never underdogs in our minds. Mm-hmm. So no matter how much time we take off or haven't played or whatever, you put the time in, you put the work in, and you have the dedication. Anything can happen.
A quick word from you, Scott, on the dynamics of that other group, Belgium, Germany and Scotland. Obviously, Belgium going unbeaten from this group. Scotland snuck through at the end, and Germany were very good in Group C.
Yeah, you've got two teams that came through top of the group in Group B and C, going head-to-head at it. You know, we were talking this afternoon how efficient that Germany had been. We're going to find out how efficient they're going to be, because if they're taking on Belgium, and it's a shorter format as well, it feels like a group format, but ultimately on the night it feels like a straight knockout. So you have to treat it slightly differently. So again, another twist in the dynamic of how the team game works.
If we're going to look back at one thing tonight, let it be this, because this dart from Brian Roman was absolutely incredible. And I mean, it could have ended up putting Scotland out as well tonight. I think this moment.
Are you saying that because he did the exact same thing against us? It was the exact same.
He did it on a couple of occasions, and
he did. Yeah.
It's something that he obviously practices on Masters, but it's just a brilliant dart.
Same thing. He just nailed it over the top against us, didn't he?
Just quickly, guys, we're running out of time, but tomorrow, what would it mean to be lifting the trophy for Team USA?
Oh man, that's what we're here for. You know, it's amazing, and it would be, you know.
Yeah,
it's hard to put into words sometimes.
Yeah,
you know?
I said it from the start. Like I don't think any player or team would accept this invite unless they thought they could win, and that's from the start. We think we can win, and it stands true as of right now. So.
Absolutely, you've still got that opportunity. Congratulations. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you, Scott, for your company, and thanks for your company. As always, plenty coming up here on the Modus Super Series Dart channel on Pluto TV. This times the schedule for viewers watching in the USA on the pop-up channel this week. Coming up next, an international pairs bullseye challenge where teammates become rivals. A tungsten talk with Leonard Gates coming up later today as well. But the big one, the international pairs 3 finals gets underway tomorrow. Do join us at 2:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 Pacific Time, and Danny Baggish will be in action in the singles event on Monday morning. But that is it for the action in the group stages. The finalists now are in place. Team USA will be there, and we hope you will be too. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, and it's double Dutch tonight. With an absolute stunner, double 10. Well, that is absolutely incredible.
It's time to crown the champion.
Ireland!
You will be disappointed with that. He wanted to have one dart.
Requires 20.
Graham Usher wins the first game of Champions Night, and it was an absolute ripper. He hit one of them on tops. He missed one on double 12. Which one is it? It's the hit.
Outside opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Van der Velde should be getting a match start again here. He's already had one. Mr. Dart at tops for the match to win 4-1. And your dart at double 16 gets the job done there for Jurgen van der Velde. He gets over the line with a 4-2-6.
Did he go over the tops or did he just overshoot the single? Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy just looks to eat this up, to make the semi-finals for the second time. Adam Gablas has been eliminated. Keep us guessing. This time he's trying to leave double 18. He knows best, and he takes the lead. He is 2 darts away from a Super Series final. He's 1 dart away. He doesn't need any more darts. Jeff Smith makes the Series 11 final. Is Usher losing his cool a little bit here?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, I'd say the head's gone, and you don't have long to recover. It is very, very short format darts. Van Skee's halfway to victory.
He only needs 1 more. Jimmy Van Ski is yet again into a Modus Super Series final.
Flashback vibes. Can Jimmy Van Ski do the same? Just needs the 1 treble here on the 19s. Finds it. For the ball.
101.
Oh, unlucky. A lot of pressure on it. He kind of split it. 2 darts for double 4 for the match.